All right. Let's see. Oh shit! I might want to get up the Game Awards. Shit, I don't even have the nominees up. We only talking about RPG of the year and Game of the Year, so I just gotta make sure I have those up. Awards.
When is the game of the year anyway?
I think it's like next week.
It's next Thursday.
Tuesday.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Tuesday.
No, it is
Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's this
Are we
Tuesday.
gonna-
Oh no, Thursday. Sorry,
Wait,
Thursday.
it's Thursday. Yeah,
Sorry,
the
Thursday.
12th.
The 12th. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, the 12th.
How about
It's coming up.
My bad.
What's the website for the Game Awards? I kind of forgot.
The Game Awards.
Isn't it just
2019?
thegameawards.com?
Yeah.
Game Awards.
Jeff Keighley will suck for Kojima.com.
That actually
That is
sounds right.
crazy.
That sounds right. Why do I put Game Awards on in Google and it's anything but the site?
Are
That happened to me
talk about
too. I get it.
our personal game of the years?
Yeah, we'll be talking about that. Absolutely. Let's go to this view categories. I just need Game of the Year, and I just need RPG of the Year. Let me dupe my tabs. Where's the tab duplication glitch? There it is. All categories. Where is best RPG? There we go. And let me do one more thing before I get started.
I think I'm gonna need to do the same thing because I don't know I can't remember what's on the game.
I could tell you. Black Myth, Wukong, Astro Game of the Year specifically, anyways.
Yeah,
Oh.
Game of the Year. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it on
Yeah.
screen if you guys have it up, but I'll just say the nominees. You don't have to worry about that.
They nominated a DLC for Game of the Year. That's pretty cool, right, guys?
That's the greatest thing ever.
Here's my thing. I just think they should just have a different category. That's all.
Yeah,
But
it's so easy. It's so easy. Yeah, or even best ongoing game. DLC counts as ongoing, so like they already have a category for it.
Oh, they've got ongoing game already.
That's literally what he said.
Oh.
Yeah, it usually goes to like Genshin because Genshin pays people to vote for them. That gives them rewards in game.
Word.
I mean, listen, the Final Fantasy 14 wins, sometimes. No? And they, as far as I'm aware, they don't do that, unless they do.
Yeah, they don't, which makes it even better.
On their website, they've got a voting thing on their website. Is that like actually towards the game of the year, or is that just something like viewers' choice or some kind of like that, like players' choice?
They give you the
choice.
illusion of choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can vote for all the categories, but your vote counts for like 10%. So
Mm,
Well,
Because
who
I
do
see-
they use to judge? Like, who do they use to actually?
they have a
judge?
panel. Who's on the panel? We don't know, besides Jeff.
That's dumb.
I thought Jeff wasn't on the panel.
Yeah, it's a show.
So we just have a panel of people, okay,
Yeah.
of unknown people.
Mhm.
People we can't see.
Like
the
the,
people we can't spam on Twitter.
Oscars and all that.
Huh?
Was that the super chat noise? Super chat from Sebastian with the $2 super chat saying, "I'm helping Q pay his debt. This money goes to Bao." That's crazy. Chat, today's the day we get Q's final, like his will. Like the
It's
last
already
time
started.
we
Damn,
did
that's
one.
crazy. Are we live?
we are live, yes.
Are
We
We are live.
All right.
We've been live for what is it?
3 minutes.
3 minutes? Yeah,
All right.
3 minutes.
What's going on, chat? Night Fury, Night Wolf, and Night Fury. Sebastian, Ace Dracon, Black Ace, Wood Key, Dracon. What is going on? Glad that you guys are here with us. We are gonna get this podcast started. HPMP, the JRPG podcast, episode 109. We're live on podcast services like Google Play, YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple, whatever have you. We're gonna be on there. I will warn you guys if you're watching live. I got a busy week ahead of me this week, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to upload the podcast to podcast services immediately. So maybe, I don't know, middle of the week or Tuesday by the latest. All right. And after all that, I'll probably end up getting it up tonight if I can. Anyway, let's go off with our intros. Go ahead, Bao.
Welcome, everyone. Another episode of HPMP Podcast. This will probably be the last time you guys see us before the new year. So let's talk about these topics and enjoy our night.
Blake.
And let's be civil.
It is that time. What's going on, guys? It's me, Westtown HD. Good to be here. I feel like I'm starting to get sick. I feel like I can feel it in my nose. But yeah, like Bao said, the last podcast of the year, more than likely. So yeah, the last time you'll hear for us. And yeah, if I don't say it at the end of the show, then I'll see you next year.
Alrighty, Riku.
Riku's-san one, the only one. Hello, hi everybody. How are you doing? I'm getting over a cold. I've been sick all last week, and it sucks. But we're here. We're here with the podcast. I'm happy to see everyone is back and ready to go.
Alrighty, Q.
Hey, husbando of dreams. I am not sick, but I do have sick people in my house, so I'm nursing sick people. But yeah, last podcast for the year. I'm sure you guys are all here for a lot of things, but yeah, let's get into it.
And Pelvic.
What's up? It's your girl, Lady Pelvic, and I'm not sick. I don't have sick people in the house, so everything's great. I hope I don't get sick by hanging out with these guys somehow.
I don't think that's how that works.
You don't know. You don't know. Like, we'll see. I swear, if I get sick, like, within 3 days of this podcast, I'm 100%
Well, it'll be
blaming
Bao's
y'all.
fault.
Honestly, you'll have deserved it.
That's incorrect. But anyway,
Crazy.
let's have a great and civil podcast, Bao.
Alrighty,
Of course.
and you guys know me, Mr. JRPG Shadow, out here. We're gonna have a video up this week, going over a couple of games that might be coming out soon. I don't know, but yeah, let's get started here. Let's go around the round table real quick, and just tell us what you're playing. Blake, you want to start us off?
For sure. So, single player wise, your boy has been playing Super Robot Wars Z2 Part 2. Yeah, very fun game on the PSP. But multiplayer wise, I just recently got super sucked into Marvel Rivals. It's basically Marvel Overwatch, as y'all have already known from when they talked about it originally. I didn't really have high hopes for it, but it actually has been incredibly fun to play. And it's kind of gotten me like back into the hero shooter genre after Overwatch 2 left me pretty high and dry. I like everything I've played so far. We're pretty early on, so there's still plenty of room for them to end up messing it up. But I'd say like right now, I'd say it's probably one of like my favorite games that I've played in a while. It's very polished, very well optimized. Not really a whole lot of bugs or glitches, but yeah. Overall, it's a great time.
All right, Riku, what are you playing?
I'm only playing one thing right now. I've been on and off on playing it since it came out. Sonic X Shadow Generation. I'm trying to go for the platinum, but just taking it a little bit at a time. So I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, I just finished everything that is Sonic Generations related. So all of the challenges, all of that stuff. Doing the supersonic fight without getting hit. That was quite annoying because I never did that originally. And then I finally started the Shadow stuff yesterday, and oh my god, it is so much fun. All of the music from all of the past Shadow related stuff is nostalgic. The remixes are great. The story that's going on here, it definitely feels like the story is trying to be Shadow the Hedgehog 2, which sounds bad, but it is going pretty well so far. They're not trying to do anything bad, and plus we have Ian Flynn on the pen, so he's doing a good job there. I'm enjoying it. It feels like this might sound disrespectful. It feels like an apology letter for everything I've been through so far, because I didn't really enjoy Sonic Generations that much, like a lot of people do. But Shadow Generations is a step in the right direction.
All right, Ba, what are you playing?
Right now, mainly playing Marvel Rivals. I played a bit of Dragon Quest III HD, playing that off and on here and there, but yeah, past few days, Marvel Rivals has been, I could call it my addiction at this point. It's really good, so yeah.
All right, Q.
I've not been playing much of anything really. So
We know.
yeah,
Okay, all right, we'll get all into that. Q, we're keeping it short and sweet with Q for right now. So I'm currently playing I'm currently kind of addicted to Metaphor. I really am enjoying it. I'm almost done with the game. I think I'm at the last month, and I got like 10 more days to go. Just got to go through these trial dungeons or whatever they're called. But enjoying the game overall. I'm floating between, and like I'm gonna go to the Riku school of grading and reviewing and giving scores. I'm kind of floating with an 8.8 to a 9. Kind of in that area. I got to see if the game can stick the landing to go in that 9 area, but thoroughly enjoyed the game. I just have a couple of problems with the story here and there. There are some plot points where it's just like you could have did that better. You could have marinated it with something else a little bit more. We should have been going through a dungeon at this point, but we just went straight to the boss, quote unquote boss. Yeah, there's some narrative problems here. And I think we were discussing in our own chat that there are videos going around that Metaphor story doesn't make any sense. And I guess I could see it, but I still like everything else around it, especially the calendar system. I think it's way better than Persona. I think it executed a lot better with traveling to and from points, planning out your destination. It actually makes you feel like I'm traveling, and then like they visit these areas that they can see like that are like paintings and stuff like that. I like the informant system, in which you can just go to a tavern and talk to somebody, and they'll give you the heads up on an enemy and whatever they're using, instead of me just like I'm kind of gonna throw some shots at trails here, because that's where I remember it most prevalently in like Sky 1, Sky 2. I go do a freaking side quest, and it's just like, oh, this monster is throwing paralysis at me. He's throwing sleep at me. He's throwing silence at me. Okay, do I have the items to deal with it in the battle? Okay, maybe I do. I struggle a little bit because I'm unprepared, but in this game, I already have that information going forward, and I can just prepare accordingly.
Excuse you. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm gonna challenge you on that. Sky, especially the trilogy, was exceptionally good at being like, "Hey, go prepared. This enemy is known for like spitting venom."
Especially
in the
with,
quest.
especially with treasure chests leading to bosses, they usually give you the ailment protection against it. It's up to you if you wanted to equip it or not.
I don't remember.
This guy was like known for that. You're like, oh yeah, the enemy coming up is about to be death element. You get like a treasure chest that has holy chain in it. That's like they're known for doing that. So I don't know about that.
Okay, so maybe you know I could have been wrong about that. It's been like 10 years, 12 years since I played Sky. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to something, and Pelvic played it recently, and Riku, you're the Trails aficionado, so I'm not even going to challenge you on that. I was wrong. Whatever. Anyway, enjoying Metaphor a lot. Can't wait to beat it. Just I hope Lewis's endgame is worth the trouble here. Pelvic, what are you playing?
Trails. I'm playing Trails of Cold Steel 1. And I'm on chapter 3, so pretty much like you're in the Nord Highlands, if anyone remembers.
Yes, sir. I sure do.
Yeah, you're in Gaius's
area in the game.
area. Yeah, like horse riding has been like a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, I actually find that really exciting. Yeah, I do like it. I'm like, oh, look at me go. And right now I'm at the part where like a guy crashed, or like the doctor crashed his truck, so I have to go to find this hermit who's like an orbital master or some shit. I don't know what he is, but that's where I'm at right now. And the game so far, I'm warming up to it. So at first, like it was fine. I didn't really have like a strong opinion either way. But as like the link system specifically is starting to expand, I'm like, okay.
She's lying. She met Rufus and turned her opinion around.
Well, Rufus is just beautiful. He's just like his like I was like, dang, beautiful. He's attractive, and then he spoke, and I was like, This is the guy. This is my guy.
I'm not gonna lie to you, pal. Like, if I was a girl,
oh god,
the things I would be saying about Rufus, I ain't even gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that.
If I was a girl, dot.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Rufus, and I was like, ooh la la. But I do like how they're slowly kind of building up on characters, like because they did a good job being like, oh, I'm Elisa R or whatever, and I'm like, Or like, oh yeah, I'm a foreign student or whatever. Or like the main character being like, oh yeah, my home, but like never saying where his home is. There's just like a lot of mystery, and then as you obviously go through the chapters,
I'm a Jaeger, but not right. That type of stuff, yeah.
Like it's just like little things like that, so I'm enjoying the build up on that. The the school system, it's a little frustrating sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to do the thing. Like, I just want to get in there. I want to do the field study. I want to see, like, I just want to see, like, what I really want to see, like, I really just need to get to CS3 is really what it is. Because I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, I need to know what the fuck is going on in Crossfire. That's what I need to know. I need to know. That's like what all of this is for. So, but I have been very good at, like, pacing myself and just kind of, like, enjoy the journey. It's okay. We'll get there. And when we get there, it'll be all the more sweeter / depressing. It'll be fine, you know? So, yeah. But oh my god. Oh, and the 3D. Sarah. Also the 3D thing. That was seeing, like, trails, like, in, like, true 3D. I'm like, oh my god. Woo! So,
it's cute, even though it's Vita graphics.
Yeah, even though it's Vita graphics. But I just think of, like
I mean, aren't you playing the PS4 version? Isn't that upscaled anyways?
I mean, yeah, but not 100% great. Like, there's just little, like, it's like minute things, but...
I don't know. I think it's still night and day from the version, like, we actually played on the Vita.
No,
you know what? Probably. I'm not going to contest that.
Because I remember watching Blake play. It was like, wow, this is very HD.
I mean, I'm sure it's smoother looking, but it's not night and day. I disagree.
I'll have to agree because I played on the Vita as well, and I felt like it even though I had the PS4 version, I didn't feel like there was much of a difference with it. Maybe my eyes like the Vita graphics that much that it's like can't see much of a difference, but I feel like it's the same game.
Yeah, but no, I like the jump to 3D. Like, it took some getting used to, like, the painted on faces or whatever, but I tried to just write it off as like, oh, it's like the Ys engine or something, because, you know, Ys, or Memories of Celceta specifically, I believe was on Vita. So I was like, okay, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I'm really excited, though. Another reason to get to CS3 is you just better graphics, you know? Like, just like we moved away from the Vita.
Yeah, see, from CS2 to CS3 now, that's a night and day difference. Like, man, oh man.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for it. I'm not looking at anything. I'm like, don't tell me nothing. Don't show me nothing.
Don't be
nothing.
Don't be searching for anything. Don't be
gameplay wise, what is your
just don't do it.
What were your highlights gameplay wise?
Rufus.
Laura, I said gameplay wise, ma'am.
Riding that dick is gameplay.
Oh my
god.
What? Gameplay?
Wow.
My highlights?
Lord have mercy.
What are the highlights of the gameplay?
Like you say, okay, I gotta bring a character. I'm bringing this specific character outside Arena. Obviously, you gotta bring Arena. But
my favorite characters gameplay wise is essentially what you're asking me.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, sure.
Reen. Because he just gets CP, he just farms CP.
He's
I'm like,
so
wow.
busted.
He's so busted, and I'm just like,
he breaks the game in half for me. Honestly.
Oh, 100%, dude. This motherfucker just like he's beautiful.
Laura too, but Laura's more just ridiculous power that you can just easily make more powerful.
Yeah, Laura is also broken, but I think but Reen is like fast and powerful. Like he's just insane. But
I also don't remember if it was Coastal 1 as well, but I know definitely one of the later games, maybe 2, where you can make Fee just like untouchable.
Oh yes.
So Fee, I'm trying to like for some motherfucking reason.
To like.
Hear me out, okay?
Uh-oh.
I don't know if it's about my game or whatever, but Fee, like she's just not hitting. She's supposed to be evasion, right? She's supposed to be speedy. That's like her whole thing. For some reason, she keeps missing though, and I'm like, why? Why, child, are you missing? And then she just gets countered. I'm like, why do you keep... I don't understand. So that's like my issue. I like Fee as a character. I enjoy that she's just like, doesn't get caught off guard and knows what she's doing and holding back and whatever. She's given like the mysterious girl energy. But I will say I think I like some of the voice lines specifically to Machias and
Machias?
Machias. Yeah. Machias and Eustace. Yeah, they're so funny. They're so like when they work together.
Yeah, they're funny. We know what she's thinking about. Okay.
No, listen. Let's be clear. They fucked. Like when mommy and daddy kissed, I was like, ah! I'm so happy for them. But when they like fight together and like if what's his face, if Machias heals Eustace, he's like, I didn't need that, or like get from you. Like he's just
So
disgusting.
that's the dynamic you like.
Don't need your
I
help.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need your help.
When you do the
Yeah.
when you do the link attack, he's like, shut up. Mike is like,
Yeah.
shut up and shit.
It was just
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Like, I love the dynamic. I really do. I am like, listen, it writes itself. It's great. But right now I'm at a point where it's Fee and Laura butting heads, and I'm like, here's my theory. I don't know. Don't confirm it. This is my theory. Because Fee is associated with the group that she's associated with, I think Laura is all about like knights and honorable, like honor and shit like that. And the group that Fee is from is not that. So I think that's why they butt heads. Is my theory. I don't know.
So you think
Yeah.
Laura thinks Fee's a dirty little roach girl?
I think she's a
Don't talk about
Something
that girl that
taught.
way.
no.
You think you're
I was like
A
trying not to
Jaeger
use that
taught?
word, but you know, it's fine.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I think best girl and best boy for me so far. Oh, Alicia actually doesn't annoy me as much as I thought she would. I'm genuinely impressed.
Okay. So you like the best. Okay, that's perfect. All right.
No.
that-
Well, do I like? I mean, I like her. Yes, like she's fine. Sure.
She's best girl. She's best. Girl.
No. Say that. That's
Who is best girl right now for you,
I
Lady Bowie?
don't know. Oh, can I also say I don't like Laura's voice? I actually hate Laura's voice. I don't care what
just
y'all
wait.
say. I
That's
fucking
fair.
hate her voice. I fucking hate her voice because she sounds like a woman. She sounds the equivalent of was it Naoto from Persona 4? That's what she. Except when Naoto
yep.
was that she sound like she's like I will draw my sword and win the day or what. Like I don't know what the fuck her lines are, but like you know what I mean. Like that's how she sounds. She sounds like a woman who's just trying to have a deep voice. You know that's it. Like hello, welcome to the HPMP podcast. Like that's how she sounds.
I mean, that's intentional.
Okay,
I'm pretty
listen.
sure. Because
What?
I don't know what the trope is called, but you know that trope with like the cool girl anime that all the girls have crushes on.
Fuck no.
No,
You
I
ever
know what
seen
you're
that?
talking about. No, I
Yeah,
know
Laura's
what
kind of
you're-
that character.
It's
Yeah.
it's not a big trope. It doesn't happen often. but I
Listen,
know-
there's only one girl who's into girls, and that's Miss Angelica, which I kind of like Angelica. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like,
Word?
okay.
Let's
I
get
got-
into
I-
Angelica.
I kind of like
Might
Angelica.
get
I'm not
canceled.
gonna lie.
Oh my
What?
god.
What?
Alright.
I cancel. I said I'm liking Angelica.
No, I'm saying
already-
we might get canceled.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright.
No, I like Angelica. Like I'm not gun ho. She's not my best girl. My best girl, I don't have a best girl. My best boy though is Usus. If I had to choose main characters, main characters.
No, but
Otherwise
you're
it'd
saying
be
that just so you can get to Rufus. That's why you chose Uses.
Well, why not both?
I'm gonna hit the little brother.
To be
So I
fair,
get
she
to
was
the big
bouncing
brother.
off of the wall for Eustace before she even knew Rufus was a thing.
Yeah. It's very true.
It only validated her more that another Alba Rhea
Yep.
gets her
Facts.
fucking shit off.
Facts.
Not gonna lie,
So,
Rufus
no.
is something.
There's more of them.
Also, I feel like Gaius let me down a little bit. I wanted Gaius to be a little bit more like gruff, and he's
What?
like not. He's just like calm.
You need to let the wind flow through you.
tranquil.
To be fair, I wasn't a guy's
What?
fan really until Cold Steel 3.
All right, listen. We'll wait.
I didn't dislike him. He just wasn't very interesting to me yet.
Y'all are haters.
I
I've been
agree.
a guy's fan since
Well, I
day one.
agree that he's not like. No, I don't hate Guy. There's not an actual character so far that I hate. I thought I was gonna hate Alicia. I really did.
You should hate Emma. Join the club.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not a tsundere person. I don't know. They're fucking.
Man,
It is.
they're so great. It's just everything to love.
But I will say Emma.
Uh-huh.
I don't hate
Uh-huh.
Emma either. Like
As you should.
I don't think she's like, oh my god, so interesting, but I don't someone
Yeah,
piqued my
that's-
interest with her. So what happened was someone was saying that they did or they watched at least all of her bonding whatever moments and like you just apparently learned so much through those and you can't see them all your first playthrough. So I'm like making a point to get to know Emma that and
Good.
yeah,
Good.
that's where I'm
As you
at.
should.
That's
As
all.
you should.
That's all I got. You only like her because
Calls.
her big boobies. Like whatever.
No,
Talk
no,
about
she's
it.
just great. No, she's just great.
Oh my God.
It's like I
She's
like her.
great. I can't really understand why, but
I like her and
something
Fee
about
are my
her.
two favorite characters. One is busty, the other one is flat. So
One is busty, the other
They
is
balance
Emma's-
each other out. They balance each other
Like,
out.
if you like Velma from Scooby Doo, then you probably like Emma.
Oh my god.
my glass.
And don't
Jinkies.
ever.
See
No,
with
no,
She literally said that. She literally
glasses.
said that in Nord. My glasses.
We will not be ever slandering here. Okay.
No, I love Emma. She's a great, especially gameplay wise. She's a great black mage.
Yes, she
Cap.
is.
Alright,
But in Cold Steel 1, Elliot is the better healing support character.
All right.
Elliot is my guy. Okay?
Yeah.
I love him. He's a little sweetie pie. I was like, oh.
All right, I'll be honest. Elliot, after all the games, to me, is the most bland member.
I mean, I like his
I think-
skills. I like his skills.
I think the thing is, like, yeah. Go ahead.
To me, I like the dynamic between Reen and Elliot. I think I like that sort of like that friendship.
It's like a
Sonic
Sonic
and
and
Tails.
Tails type of thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I
think
hate
it just
Tails,
works.
so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tails.
And he's like the very first character. Like when you first enter the game, it's like he's the first character. He's like, "Hi, how's it going?" He's like your first like friend there when everybody's Marcus is over here being toxic. Fee's jumping off of the fucking walls. Laura's killing shit in the corner. Fucking Elisa's dropping her tits on your face, and then Ellie's just like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm a chill guy."
I'm just the chill kind of guy. I'm just a chill guy.
Him and guys literally started together. Like, we're just chill guys. Everyone else is fucking crazy.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But anyways, that's my
I liked
experience.
him gameplay wise. I thought that as a healer, as soon as I had him, I knew that he was like the best healer that I'd ever have.
Fucking resounding beat, man.
Yeah.
All right. So that's Pelvic's journey so far with Trails. I am assuming we'll get more updates as we get more episodes out. And it's been a very interesting hearing from Pelvic's Trails experience so far.
Yeah, I've been correct in all of my assessments. It's great.
You know, I'm not even gonna touch it. I'm not even gonna touch that.
I've
So,
been so right.
all right, so let's move on. So we have to address an elephant in the room, Q.
Yeah.
Let's roll back to memory
Let's get
lane.
down to the business.
Mid 2023.
Man,
We were going over some games that Q doesn't sometimes finish some of his games that he starts. You know, it started with Mary Skelter, then it started with Ryza, and then I'm not sure how it happened. I'm sure somebody could probably clarify, but we got into a bet between Q and Bao Sagaraga that Q could not finish the Trails games up to, including Daybreak 1, or maybe 2, or Reverie, whichever one it was. He would have until the end of the year 2024. Again, this bet was made in probably mid 2023. So he had until the end of 2024 this year. We are currently in December to finish all of those games. And, well, Q, do you want to give us an update on your progress here?
All right, so I'll just to be clear to everyone. So before the bet, I'd already finished Sky. So it's like in the series I started Trails with Sky. So enjoyed Sky.
Dude, Sky or Cold Steel?
Sorry, Cold Steel. Sorry, you're right. Cold Steel.
Yeah.
So I started with Cold Steel 1. Enjoyed Cold Steel 1. Thought it was a great game. Met Riku. Then Riku told me, "You mad? You're not supposed to start with Cold Steel 1. You need to go all the way back to Sky." And ever since then, I couldn't play Cold Steel 2 because I was like, it's gonna ruin everything for me, and I'm never gonna be able to like enjoy the series properly. So then, I finally, got all the games, Sky and all the rest of them, and we did a bet, with the whole Sky thing, and I started Sky, and I enjoyed Sky. I enjoyed playing Sky. Sky has been great. It's been enjoyable. I think I've with most of the achievements in the game, I've probably got most of them like 90% completed. With regards to completion of the game, essentially, most of the achievements are almost finished. Like with the slot happy one, I've got pretty much all the character slots unlocked, and I've got pretty much all of the what do you call these things? I gotta read. Pretty much got all of the quartz available in the game. I've got most of those as well. And I've completed most of the side quests, a good portion of them. So I've been like, the game has been great, but my year has been chaotic. It has not been a good year for me. I've literally not been gaming much of anything. I mean, if you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see it's pretty much dead at this point in time. I haven't published anything for probably most of the year. And, I'm not going to go into any full details or anything like that, but I've had a lot of family stuff going on, and it's just meant that sitting down and playing any game outside of something I can jump in for like 5 minutes and jump back out, it's just, I can't focus. I sit down and there's one point when I was playing Sky, and I'm playing it, and I played through a small section, and I got to the end of that section. I didn't know what I played. Like, I was just like, I don't remember anything from like what the characters were saying to each other. And I didn't save it. I just said, like, I'm gonna have to do over this whole section because I don't know what the fractures happened. But yeah, it's just my year has been a chaotic year, and I have no excuses. It just is what it is. I have not been able to properly play anything. Some games I've jumped into and played for a bit here and there, but nothing with playing Sky. It's just been, it's a great game. I can't say anything bad about it. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's not been a good year for me.
So the TLDR is you've played Cold Steel 1 and
I've played like 90% of Sky. I could finish Sky in the morning if I just
Sky.
If I just sat down and just
you
grind
with
it.
about 8-12 games to play. I think it's safe to say this bet is over and dusted. Done and dusted.
Yeah.
Man. Then this bet, people, was for $1,000 or 1,000 quid or whatever have you, but whatever the equivalent is.
£1,000, I think.
£1,000. Okay. So yes, everybody give a huge round of applause to this bet, to Q for attempting it, and Bao for the W. Excellent.
Thank you.
Bao.
Yeah, Bao.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but listening to Q's plight and how he had an awful year, you're not really gonna try and like get him to pay you, are you? I mean, like, it's all in good fun.
I am.
Fucking evil motherfucker. He said, I want my fucking money.
Dude,
Boom.
just said he had a terrible
really
year.
said, man. Terrible
He was
year
having
with stress with the family.
issues, and you still gonna
Probably
take
move
his
states.
He said, I will use your money and buy a tiny violin.
Man.
Oh my god. So question, Q. I think a couple of episodes back, we asked you to take a plea deal or something like that. Why did you take it back then? I think an episode in maybe July we told you to take a plea deal on this one. What happened?
Yeah, I remember that. I think it's, to a certain extent, it's kind of like my competitive side. So like, I've got a competitive side. I think most of us do. It's like, I think I can do it. I'm like, I believe in myself, and I think with all what was going on, with my family and everything like that, which is still going on. But generally, with what was going on, I figured, things are gonna clear up now because some things had shifted. So I was like, it's gonna clear up. I'm gonna have time to like properly just like do things the way I want to do stuff, and that didn't happen. It just it just didn't happen. So like, I thought things were gonna change the way I expected it to, and it just didn't, and that was just the end of it. So even though I like whatever it is, like sometimes I might be. Like a friend of mine asked me to play a game of FIFA with him. I don't even play FIFA, but I was like, I think I could take you. Like, there's a competitive side of me. It's like, I think I could do it. I back myself on that. But yeah, it's just, this guy plays FIFA professionally. He'll kick my ass. But I think I could. I still think, every you get lucky sometimes. So
okay.
I think at that point, I really thought my year was gonna shift, and it just didn't. I really, really thought things were gonna clear up, and it just, sad to say, it did not. It got worse.
Could we say that it was a bad sign? Riku, you're gonna hate this. It was a bad sign when you live streamed Sky 1, and you kind of had a moment or two where you shut your eyes.
The fell asleep thing. So with the fella. I'll say when Sky got good for me was when I did the patch, when I did the voice patch. That's when I started to enjoy Sky properly, because I think just reading Sky and just hearing the sort of like thing, that doesn't work for me. I'm just
In
not
my
into
opinion, I feel like Cold Steel 1 kind of spoiled you with its voice acting and then going.
That's
to
probably true. It's probably true because I think because I played Cold Steel 1 and I enjoyed Cold Steel 1.
1's voice acting is like really fucking good.
It's
Like,
top tier.
Yeah.
So
nail
yes,
their lines.
people. Q did live stream Sky 1, and he did fall asleep for a little bit there. I can't remember how long it was. It was like 10, 15 minutes.
Or
I'm
dozed
not-
off.
Yeah.
No, I straight up blanked up. I think I pulled like some late night something, and I was tired when I did the stream. So it just sort of like I was playing it, the thing was doing the song, and then I think I just blanked out, and then and someone screenshot it. I don't know who it was.
Oh, that was a whole clip. There was more than a screenshot.
Yeah, fucking tweet went viral and shit. Every person that hated Trails was validated. They're like, I told you this is
Yo,
look at
send me this. Send me this. Hold up.
I was the one who tweeted
In the
it.
moment, Kel.
Please,
That was
please
No,
send it.
I'm sure,
I didn't see it.
I'm sure
probably-
Bob has the tweet like favorited somewhere. He can link it to you. But yeah, the quote tweets were going off. I told you, Trails, it's garbage. Look at this guy. He can't even get through it. It was bad. He made the whole Falcom hype look like fucking.
It was.
Jesus Christ, man.
I feel bad for that because like with getting into Sky and to the point where I've gotten to, like, you know, like I like the Cold Steel games. I already liked you know, liking Cold Steel, sorry, not Cold Steel, the Trails games. I get liking Cold Steel and then playing Sky and seeing this is where the series got its start. Was great. Like that to me, that's amazing. And being unable to like you know, like passing out during the stream was kind of, yeah, it was a bad look. So I'll hold that L on that one. Yeah, it was a bad look. But at the end of the day, I can say this much: the Trails games are amazing, and don't take my blunders as a reason to give the games vitriol. I think the games have been great, and yeah, Sky is amazing. And you know, someday maybe when I have the, you know, when my whole family stuff is all sorted and I have the sort of like mental capacity to actually sit down and play a game properly, I'll finish it. But for now, I just don't. I don't have the capacity to finish anything at this point in time to properly play anything.
Someone in the chat said Trails into Dreamland.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I'm still waiting
That's
for that
crazy.
pinned post. I want to see Q Fong is.
I'm sure maybe Acebreaker has it, because I think he was in the stream when I did that. I think maybe if Ace is still in the chat, he might actually have that that thing.
I can bring up a screenshot of it, but I don't have like the clip.
Well, they go find that.
No, he wants
we
to
have
tweet. He wants
a
to-
Yeah.
we have
Yeah, I
a
want-
super chat as well to read while you guys find that from Ricardo Belmont with a super chat saying, "Well, folks, I suppose the lesson we learned today is the true bet was the friends and gaming experience we had along the way." Exactly. God doesn't need any money.
Hey man, you might be right about that. Thanks, Ricardo. Oh man, yeah. You know what? We had a good time. It was entertainment. You know, trying to see gauge where Q was at. But it seems like he came up short. But I will ask Bao. I think Blake said it earlier. You know, $1,000 is kind of a lot of money. Are you willing to maybe like accept some type of alternative? Like I would say maybe Q has to buy you maybe 5 games in 2025 at the very least. You know.
Oh no, I'm getting my money. It's just gonna be in installments.
So it's gonna be an installment plan. Is it gonna be you're gonna have him on a subscription plan?
I think had Q not turned down the plea deal, if Bao had never offered it, Bao might be more willing. But the fact Q said, "Nah, I got this," I feel like Bao probably took that personally.
Yeah, as I say, for me, it's a sort of thing where, you know, I've got a competitive side. I like to compete. You know, I like to compete in things, and you know, at the end of the day, I think all fun and games and everything with like that, with regards to it, like I didn't want to end it in a way where it was like I gave up. I wanted to end it in a way where, you know, like I did my best, and if I come up, like, I don't mind if I come up short in something, but I like to at least try. You know, I like to say, hey, you know what, I put my best foot forward, and I I did what I could, and if I don't come out great, then cool, it happens, you know. But yeah, that's just kind of it, really. So saying like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna say, well, I'll take the plea deal, I give up, sort of thing. It's just not really my style. So, but it's what it is.
Riku had the receipts. Oh my god.
Does he have the screenshots?
Screenshots.
Oh shit!
Man.
All right, I'm gonna thank you, Riku.
That sucks.
Let me see.
Okay, so
I'm so sorry. He is passed the fuck out. That is crazy. That is crazy. Like, oh
Literally someone in the comment section, wake up. Watching your asses sleep, and he's like, wake up. God fucking damn it.
That is so crazy.
In the replies, I was blinking and they screenshotted it at the wrong time. You were. Bro was passed out.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry for Sky. I really am.
Oh,
Single-handedly ruined that game's whole reputation.
No. It happens, man. It happens. You know, this is what happens when you. This is what happens when you pull an all night doing stuff, and then you come in to do a stream. Like you commit to a time frame. You're like, I'm gonna do the stream anyway, but you're playing a game where there's no audio, there's no talking. It really just didn't help.
That is so fucking funny, my guy. Oh man, wake up!
Bro's gone. Trails through dreamland.
Dude, you were Pat. Look at you. You are. Okay, that's crazy. This was on live. This was a live stream. Wow.
This was live on Twitch.
It was live on Twitch.
Oh my god! No, so what you do? You wake up and you're like, "Oh shit!" How did that go?
I woke up and I continued. I continued the stream. I finished it, in a proper way. But yeah, I did have that moment of blanking out early. You put it up on the podcast.
Hey, I had to make sure the viewers who are watching live they see this glorious moment. As you guys,
sorry, that shit is
It's
pretty
not
fucking
glorious.
funny.
He's out.
That is
I do not
man.
support this.
That is
it's wild.
something. So yeah, Q. Sorry, man, but it is what it is. You and Bao do y'all thing. It was great while it lasted. Sorry, Riku, that he kind of damaged the Falcom, Trails reputation a little bit.
Don't worry.
He's gonna have to make it up in some way.
I'll make it up to you, Riku. Don't worry about that. Like as I said, like once my whole life stuff gets stabilized somehow, I will definitely pop back in and finish up the series. Because again, the whole thing is like I bought all the games because I enjoy the games, and that's despite the fact that if I didn't want to play them, because like I like Falcom games. I like the E series. And I finding the Trail series, I fell in love with it. From Cold Steel, fell in love with it, and seeing what has gone on with the series going forward with Daybreak and all that other stuff, it looks amazing.
What are you gonna do with the FC remake coming out next year?
The FC remake, I would actually pick it up. I'll definitely be willing to pick it up and play. The thing though is that I've played
You're
all
gonna
of
remake your fucking nap on the stream too, you motherfucker.
No.
He set you up for that.
Jesus
He
Christ.
set you up for that. He knew that.
That's too good.
I'll say this much. As I said, I've pretty much finished Sky 1, and I would replay the story just to see certain aspects of the game in the full tree, kind of like what Pell was talking about earlier, like seeing, because she started the right way. She started off.
Yeah. Additionally, you remember you said one of your critiques was the fact that they're, the lack of voice acting. So this FC remake should have voice acting.
I'm excited to go back to Sky.
It's gonna be nice.
All right, we got a couple super chats.
Yeah, alrighty here. Let me tab back in. We got a super chat from the homie Ace Break Your Mama Breaker with a $2 super chat saying, Alexa, play sad Naruto music for Q. Bro, I got that song in my head like for the rest of my life, bro. Appreciate the super chat, Ace. Got another super chat from Jamcal X with $10 super chat saying baritone or contralto. In this case, of strength trope is what Bao was referring to. Folks having deeper voices to reinforce how strong they are. It's related to power. Makes your voice deep trope.
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I heard of it. It's not one of the big tropes out there, but it's one of them.
So that's basically Rufus and what's his name? I don't want to say his name for certain people, but I think you know who I'm talking about.
No, yeah, no,
Yeah.
But Bao was saying there is a subset of female characters that will do that trope. It's usually on the male side, but there is a small subset of female characters that do that too. What's her name? Urza from
Fairy
Tale?
tale?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, let's not pretend for a second.
It's deeper than your average female character. It's not like super deep, but it's down there.
I mean, okay, it's deeper than like Makoto from Persona 5 or like than like the high pitched girls, but like I don't know. Now
I would put
okay,
her in there.
Sure. I got a $50 super chat from Cranberry coming in saying, late to the pod, but unlike my father, I'm back. Good to see everyone, including the Queen. Bless us with her presence once again. Shout out to Cranberry. Always very generous, Cranberry.
Shout out to Cranberry.
Thank you very much, Cranberry.
Thank you so much, Cranberry, for the super chat. Appreciate that, bro. But throw a couple of praise my way. You know, maybe I'm a king or something like that. You know, God or something like that.
Yeah, you got $50, bro. Like, shush it. You got $50. Like, shush it. Thank you, Cranberry. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Cranberry. All
That's literally covering your next deluxe edition.
I will say, since we were talking about Fairy Tale for 2.5 seconds, I don't know why, but Brandish, you showed up on my timeline one time. I was like, God damn. I forgot how great she is.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, towards the end of the series, Mashima did not give a shit. He said, all right, the dick's out. Everyone's getting it. Did not care.
All right, let's move.
I'm such a Falcom fan. I thought you were talking about the game Brandish by Falcom.
What the fuck is that? I'm not going to. Anyway, all right, continue, Shadow. Let's go. Transition.
Let's transition to the Game Awards here. We got the nominees. Let's talk about RPG of the year first. We're only going to talk about two games, two categories, people. RPG of the year and Game of the year. So let's talk about RPG of the year here. Our nominees for RPG of the year are that's Game of the Year. Are Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring DLC expansion, whatever you call it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor, Refantazo.
Geltafor, and he can't pronounce the name correctly. Crazy.
Hey man, it's good.
Crazy.
So I guess professional or objective thoughts here. Who do you guys think is gonna obviously take this category?
FF7. Or okay, if I would have said Elden Ring, but I feel like them giving that RPG and Game of the Year would piss people off even more. So I think they're going to give this to FF7 and then Game of the Year to Elden Ring.
Do you think they care about pissing people off, though? You think that
they put out a whole clause just to soften the blow.
They don't care about pissing people off. They didn't put Elden Ring in here to not give it something, especially because of the fact it's DLC, and you know that they sort of made a caveat to get this damn thing in there. It's winning something, you know. It's winning something, and it probably wins both for as far as we know. And I genuinely do not think the Game of the Year awards. I don't think they're concerned with what do fans think. It's kind of like when you see reviews from some outlets and they sort of like state something about a game, and then they're like, oh, this game is a 10 out of 10, and then the players play it and you go on Metacritic and everyone's like, this game is a 2. So I think it's the same with the Game of the Year awards. I think they just do not represent the player base, and that's kind of just it.
So okay,
I think realistically, it's between Elden Ring and Final Fantasy. I don't think anything else in here has a chance. Metaphor, like has like I'd say Metaphor has like an 8% chance,
Damn.
which is still higher than finding a shiny Pokemon. But like still, it's either Elden Ring or it's Final Fantasy.
Oh my god! What about Like a
I agree
Dragon?
with
What about Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth? Yakuza. Everybody
Bro,
loves Yakuza.
A bit too niche when you put it up
Yakuza's
against
not
these
getting
other-
it. And Dragon's Dogma is just here because they couldn't think of another RPG to put in the category.
I feel like no one talked about
Dragon's
Dragon's
Dogma.
Dogma after it came out,
Goddamn
besides the
assholes. Daybreakers
controversy.
right there.
Yeah, I agree about like it came out like the first week everybody was talking about Dragon's Dogma, and then after that it was pretty much over and done with.
I
But
heard
I
nothing
heard
about that
from
game
like
after
from
release.
customers coming into work that it just had a myriad of like bugs and performance issues because it wasn't optimized very well and relied too much on frame generation. So I think it's been patched now, but I think it kind of had a rocky release. I feel like people that were playing it, even on like PS5, were having like the FPS dip down into the 20s.
You guys remember to fix the frame issues? They suggested killing.
Oh, yeah, kill NPCs in towns. They said just start
Oh my
slaughtering
God,
the
you
NPCs
can't
so
be
the entities in
serious.
your world will be low. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I remember that. Game was not optimized very well.
You know what's crazy is because I did see some gameplay and I was like, actually, this actually looks pretty good. Because the first Dragon's Dogma had some pretty good gameplay. It was just riddled by I think bugs as well and maybe frame rate issues. So you think they would have fixed it here, but I guess the whatever team Capcom had this on just they ain't talented enough. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I was super interested in giving 2 a chance because I never played the first game, but from what I've understand is that Dragon's Dogma was like a lot of like Monster Hunter and Devil May Cry, like DNA in it, and I love both
Yeah.
of those things, so I was interested. I just never got around to it. But yeah, I'm I'm kind of worried about the future of Monster Hunter Rise now as well because I think it's like a similar team working on Rise's optimization as well.
So kind of jokingly, Riku, kind of serious at the same time, Riku. Why isn't East 10 on here? Why isn't Daybreak on here? What
Did
happened
they come out
here?
like in Japan already, or like?
Because it's
It
biased.
doesn't matter for the Game Awards. They're just not on here because they're not on here.
I would. Unfortunately, I would agree with Bao. That and also, I feel like a nice chunk of this is also, to a degree, a popularity contest. And if we're going off of that, there is no fucking way.
You know what would make Falcon finally like really take off if it had a metaphor moment where the Metacritic score was so high that people couldn't ignore it. They have to see like, okay,
Yeah,
what's this
I feel
game
like the
about?
only games. I feel like the only games that they could do that has a chance of reaching that is the Trails in the Sky Second Chapter remake or the final game in Trails, whatever the hell that is. If they actually like apparently go all out, this is their final game, they take some time off and they like knock it out the park. Those are the only 2 games I could possibly, maybe an Azure remake too. I don't know, but yeah, I agree with you. They would have to like be in the 90s and then people turn their heads and like, what the fuck is this? You know. But
So
outside of that, yeah, like I said, popularity contest. Regardless, unless it hits that 90, it's not. Nobody's turning their heads, regardless how good it is.
So I
As
guess
Real
it's-
said in the chat, the biggest real snub is Unicorn Overlord.
talk to him.
They
Talk
got
to
nominated
him.
for strategy game, which
Yeah, especially that being Vanillaware, like people actually like beat off Vanillaware. So yeah, that's an actual genuine snub.
Yep. Unicorn Overlord completely underrated, under the radar. It was so. Oh my god, it was so.
I still want to
fucking
play it.
From a gameplay standpoint, don't go in there expecting Trails quality Final Fantasy, like early Final Fantasy story and characters, Riku. All right.
I heard some people. Yeah, I heard some people complaining about a specific story beat.
Just
Like
the whole.
halfway through Unicorn Overlord that they weren't a fan of.
To be honest with me, it's the whole story. The whole story is just painfully generic in a way. So it's just
to me, it's
I like
just
the
wasted
character
potential because it could have been so amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, the story was kind of bland. I don't really remember much of it, but I just remember the gameplay was extremely fun, and I would spend hours like just demoing different ideas and different strategies to see what would work, and I love that aspect of it the most.
I never cared for Vanillaware's art style, but I do like Vanillaware character designs, and I think that is consistent here. Like I've liked it since Dragon's Crown. I liked it in Muramasa, and they're still doing good work here. So I just need to give another Vanillaware game a try because, to be honest, I've only played one of them. I've only played Muramasa. That's the only Vanillaware game I've played.
I just don't understand why Vanillaware will not utilize DLC for their games. Like, you have a whole bunch of character designs that are just waiting to come into current games. I don't know why they just don't have characters as classes. The witch from Dragon's Crown.
And you'd think with
Gwendolyn,
how crazy like prominent that Sega is and Atlas is with DLC, you'd think that they would be like facing pressure from internal to like why aren't you doing DLC for your games?
Yeah,
And I mean, I kind of respect that they're being able to like not be forced into that, because honestly, personally, when I'm done with the game, I'm done with the game. I'm tired of DLC culture. I just want the next game.
I think the issue with
I
that
agree
is
with
actually
you.
they've stated it that essentially the director said their games are so risky and so much like intensive to budget that one failure in their company could go under. Like, he was very transparent about that. So I don't know if they even have the budget for it.
Wait, is Vanillaware not owned by anybody?
They're owned by Atlas, aren't they?
Are they?
Are they? I
I
mean,
mean,
for him
Atlas
to
publishes all
say-
their games.
Who publishes
for
their
him-
game?
for them to say that, it sounds like they're like on some Falcom shit, like independent.
yeah,
Somebody confirm with us if Vanillaware is independent or if they're owned by somebody.
Checking that right now. I can
Yeah,
see
it-
It may not even
yeah,
matter.
They said
They
no,
said
they
they're
aren't
owned by
owned by anyone. So
really.
yeah,
I'm
they
surprised Atlas
are
hasn't picked
playing-
them up.
yeah, no, I'm surprised too. Well, at least
Or
Sega, or
Atlas Sega, yeah.
it seems like they
Yeah,
do.
because it's stranger because Atlas published their last 3 games, the Dragon Crown, 13 Sentinels, and Unicorn Overlord are all published by Atlas. So
Yeah, so you
it
yeah,
makes
it
no
is.
sense
It is
why.
I
Strange.
understand why one would assume that they are owned by Atlas, but
Yeah.
they apparently aren't. But it's
Yeah,
also
interesting.
interesting
Well,
to hear
that
that if they
changes
make
things.
one. It is also interesting to hear that if they make one like blunder, that they're basically done, because it's like
Out to pasture.
I think that's
Me-
real
me-
for most devs nowadays. They just wouldn't say that straight out.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
guess, but it's like
Concord,
that-
X Defiant.
I
So I think
it's
Rocksteady. They didn't say that exactly, but after
Well,
Suicide
the only-
Squad bombed, they were like, "Yeah, we can't do this."
That was their suicide.
well, the only
Squad.
reason I say that I find that surprising, because I thought Vanillaware games did well, do they not?
I-
they
They
do.
definitely do better than
They do.
Falcon games, all right? So it's like, I don't know. It's just interesting that
I
your
think-
games do very well, and you're still in a financial situation where if you make one mistake, you're dusted. That's interesting.
I think it has to do with how much you pay your employees, probably, or something like that. Because like developers for like mid to small
Mid.
game companies make decent money. I know some developers who work on some games, and they make pretty decent money for the most part. So when you consider that maybe the game does relatively well, you still have to consider you have to pay all the people in the studio. You have to balance the books, whatever bills you have to pay towards like electricity, marketing, whatever the frack that you pay for. I think in the end, I can understand why they would say something like that. And the ones that do fold, I think it's because they overspend. I think they spend
Yeah, I
way
was
too
just
much.
about to say that.
So I just
Yeah.
looked it up. He said they ran out of money for both 13 Sentinels and this game, that they got to the point where they had to pay for some expenses out of pocket.
Jeez.
Yeah, that makes sense.
See, that's the thing. Because obviously there's something we always like criticize Falcom for, is like, oh my god, you guys don't really put any budget in your games. Like, they definitely are strict over there at Falcom when they budget and release their games on a consistent basis, and it's like very small, but it looks like the profit is doing them well in comparison to some of these other people. Like you said, they gotta they're doing a lot, and obviously it shows. Their games look really fucking nice. It has a lot of content. Like, people are like Shadow are very satisfied with, from a content standpoint, what Unicorn Overlord and 13 Sentinels put out, and they're praising all that stuff, but like, at what cost, So
Yeah.
it's definitely a
Yeah,
give
it's
or
like-
take type of situation.
It's like we're even lucky to have even gotten Unicorn Overlord, honestly. So we'll now I'm not even
Yeah.
sure we're gonna get another Vanillaware game. So
Yeah, they're gonna have to. Yeah, go ahead.
The game released in March, and in September it sold 1 million. So I don't know if that's bad. I don't know if that's good. But like you guys
I mean,
said,
a lot
I'd
of
say that's
smaller
really
studios don't hit million. Yeah, because I'd say, what about like, do any of the Trails games usually hit 1 million? I know, like, lifetime sales. I think Trails is just over. I think like 8 million now. I think maybe.
maybe like Ease 8 or some shit, but like no, they don't.
Yeah. In
think
comparison, I'd say a million's pretty good in a year.
Okay, let's pivot back to the RPG of the year. So surefire shoe-in, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is winning this, no questions.
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
I
They can
think Elden
surprise
Ring,
us
though.
and they be metaphor, but like, yeah, you're right. It's goddamn Final Fantasy VII, the cover boy franchise of the goddamn genre. It's I would be surprised if anything. Yeah, it's weird if Elden Ring or Metaphor just randomly pop out of nowhere and be like, oh yeah, we won instead. But yeah, Like a Dragon and Dragon's Dogma, those are like placeholders.
Can we just address the main like issue with these choices though that they've put up as like their final selection? Like we spoke about Dragon's Dogma 2 and how it's alright, but it's not like there have been other games that came out this year, and when you look at their viewers choice listing, two of the games in that listing I would probably expect to be in here, replacing Elden Ring and Dragon's Dogma, and that being Black Myth Wukong and Stellar Blade, which. Both games were pretty great this year, but they didn't make the cut. But
It's pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good. And Dragon's Dogma makes the cut, and Elden Ring makes the cut. I think that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I agree. I mean, Elden Ring just being here in general is very suspicious, but we all know why.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's pivot to Game of the Year here. Let's go to Game of the Year. So our nominees for Game of the Year are. Wait, wrong one. What the heck?
Technical difficulties right here. I'm sure he's using your super chat money to fix these issues.
All right, so Game of the Year, we have Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantasio. So let's get a roundtable talk here. Who do we think is coming out with the victory here?
Balataro is gonna win it.
I think the three it's between is Astro, Elden Ring, and I do think that Balatro does have a chance just for them to be fucking goofy. You remember the year they gave it to It Takes Two? You remember the year they gave it to It Takes Two, bro?
That one,
Come on, bro. Can you imagine if they gave it to Solitaire, bro? The uproar would be insane.
See, the thing about Balatro is I'm sure it's a very addicting game. I'm sure it's very fun. But, like, it doesn't have the technical standpoints that these other games have. The other games have, character models, frame rates, stories that we judge, graphics, and all this other stuff.
I think what Balatro makes up for it in, is the fact that apparently the gameplay loop that it brings to the table.
No, I don't care.
Let me finish.
No, I don't care. I don't care how addicting it is. It doesn't even have the other things I'm naming. It doesn't have graphics. It doesn't have frame rate. It doesn't have story that we judge. We constantly go to JRPG say, oh, the characters are cliche. The characters suck. Well, Balatro has none of that. And we're judging these games based off of that. Come on, bro. I cannot stand these games being in here.
Real quick before Riku says his thing,
okay.
I would actually pick Balatro for my game of the year out of all the things
Really?
listed. Out of all the things listed, not my personal game of the year, but if I have to choose between everything up there, I would pick Balatro.
Over Metaphor, Final Fantasy, and Black Myth. You choose even Astrobot. I like Astrobot more.
Okay, in regards to Balatro, if we're obviously the title is called Game of the Year, right? I feel like the definition of game over the years may have been a little bit sullied, not sullied, but like the definition has been bloated with all of these extra things that we, I guess, expect from an entertainment standpoint, like you said, characters and graphics and this and that. But at the end of the day, a game is about its gameplay. First and foremost, and Balatro, from what I'm hearing, has a gameplay loop that people are comparing to the significance of like Blake said Solitaire, which that is a big deal to say, like, this is the next coming of goddamn Solitaire. That's like saying this is the next coming of like Tetris
Yep.
or fucking Pong or some shit. That's a big deal. So when you take that into consideration, I understand the hype behind Balatro, especially if we're talking about a gameplay loop that could last years upon years from now. I don't think any of these games would hold a candle to that when we talk about that.
It's also
But-
original. Like
yeah.
a legitimately original concept never before seen in gaming, and it's great.
Yeah.
They nailed it.
So if they gave it to Balatro, I wouldn't be mad personally. I love me some Astrobot. That might be what I would give it to, but I feel like the choices here are very solid choices. If anyone said, okay, let me reel back a little bit. If someone says Black Myth Wukong, we might have to square up a little bit. I feel about Black Myth.
You'd have a problem with Black Mid. Why exactly?
We're not gonna get into that.
Riku
Okay?
dropped.
We're not gonna get into Black Myth Wukong, right? I think he's like I think if any choice here is debatable, it shouldn't be Balatro. It should be the Black Myth.
Now,
Yeesh.
to bring up something people in the chat are saying is something that I've seen other people accusing Jeff of, is that he likes to put like a token indie game in there just to see like, oh, here, I care about indie developers,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And
Like
other people have pointed out that, well, what about phenomenal racing games and fighting games that never get nominated for Game of the Year? Which very valid points.
That is valid.
Okay.
Racing game will never.
I just
fucking
want
win
to
the Game
like
of the Year.
point out. Just imagine you're Square Enix. You're going to the Game Awards. You just spent how many years making Rebirth, and then you watch them hand the goddamn award to an indie that built a
Like a
fucking
card
card
game.
game,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. Listen, I understand
You
it
have
might
to
be a
use
cultural
fucking, like,
phenomenon.
10
It might
years
be a
on this
worldwide
project.
crazy thing. It's
And then you
just-
get beat by a card game.
Oh my god.
Just fucking throw Blade in there and fucking Vanta smashes while you're at it.
Seriously, I don't. Listen, I get like Riku. What you said was 100% valid. I get it. It might be a cultural phenomenon. It might be a thing that is just comparable to Solitaire, but still, in comparison to the games that we are always playing, to the games that we are always judging, the things that we talk about in gaming, I cannot look at Balatro and say you belong here.
You're saying you don't.
Don't.
It doesn't have enough of the metrics to I understand where you're coming from. If we're talking about the metrics that they judge the title Game of the Year by, then I can understand where you're coming from. Obviously, we are coming from two different perspectives when it comes to what should be chosen for Game of the Year. I'm talking about the significance and how far it's going to impact the future. You're talking about the metrics that we choose for Game of the Year.
The metrics that we always talk about on this podcast, the metrics that you talk about on Twitter,
the metrics
that you talk about,
the metrics that games will get eliminated for.
Exactly.
So, and you're saying that Balatro doesn't even have that to like examine. I understand what you're saying.
I think the thing is that like Balatro gets the call up, but there have been games of a similar ilk to a certain extent, like a Balatro, that have never even gotten close to making Game of the Year. And I think the only reason it's in here this year, my personal sort of take on this, is because maybe nothing else came out that day as the panel or whatever that vote for these games thought was like, this is the best thing ever that we think should be in this sort of like list of games for the year of 2024. I genuinely think that like it's sort of like this year for them, because I feel like this year was a great year for games. I think a lot of great games came out this year. But a lot of those games don't get called up. And I think if you're thinking Game of the Year, the people at the Game of the Year Awards, they're supposed to represent the gamers. Like whatever their sort of like thing that they're putting together should be like, hey, if you're a gamer and you're looking for a game that you want to pick up, these are the games that we think you should pick up. This is the game that was the best game for the entirety of 2024. If you pick this game up, you're more likely than not going to have the best time with this, right? And I mean, unfortunately for me, I don't think Balatro is it for me. I think I look at most of these other games and I could see myself having a good time. Like Astrobot, I could see myself losing myself in that. Black Myth, same thing. Final Fantasy Rebirth, same thing. I just don't see it, and I think gaming as a thing, like the person who picks up Solitaire and thinks Solitaire is the best thing ever is not a gamer. Like that I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this I'm not saying this to offend someone. I'm just saying this as in the people I like. For example, like my stepmom plays solitaire. You could if I asked her if she's a
My
gamer, she'd
dad
say
can waste hours on solitaire.
but she wouldn't say she's a gamer. She's a person that happens to play a game, but she's not a gamer. You know. So when you think of game of the year, and you're thinking of like this is for the gamers. The people that are watching this aren't my stepmom ain't watching this stuff. She's watching something else. Right, the people who are watching this sort of thing and who's invested in this sort of thing are proper gamers, like gamers. And I don't mean this to offend people. I'm just saying,
This is crazy.
I'm just saying, people.
That's like saying
who,
you're not a real woman. Like, geez.
Nah,
Oh,
no.
let's not go that far.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, like, the people who are invested in this sort of stuff, those are the gamers. Those are the ones who are like, yo, I identify as a gamer. That is my thing, you know. And I think putting some of the games that they put in here and leaving out some of the games that they left out. You know, I think it just speaks to the point that the people who are doing this, you know, Jeff Keighley and his crew, they're just disconnected from the gamers. They're disconnected from the fan base that, you know, that support or this sort of thing that they do. You know, that's where I look at it.
Listen,
really.
I think honestly, like people, I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. Us being some of us who are against Balatro, like myself and Q, we got nothing against the game, really.
Mm-hmm,
We don't think it's a terrible game. We're not gonna say it's not good. We just feel it doesn't belong here. We're not we're not slandering the game kind of any way, really. It's just I can't see it being a game that should be on Game of the Year, or when Game of the Year is always judged on a whole bunch of other different things. That being said, what is everybody's personal Game of the Year? Now, it doesn't have to be on this list. What is everybody's own personal Game of the Year?
Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. You guys know how much I had issues with the original version of 5, and they fixed all my issues, and it was phenomenal. So it was my Game of the Year.
Okay. Riku?
I feel like I'm in a conundrum right now because obviously when I started off this year, I said that my game of the year was Daybreak, and then I played Astrobot, and that was great, and then it turned to Astrobot, and then I played Ys 10, and then Ys 10 became my game of the year. But now that everything's settled and the honeymoon phase is over,
Talk about it, Shadow. Talk about it.
the game that I'm thinking about, the game that
Talk
is still thinking of, that I think about the most out of everything I've played this year,
Say it.
it's still
Say it.
Daybreak.
What the fuck?
It's still Daybreak. Like my friend is still going through it, and he's talking about like the intermission chapter and this and that, and maybe Daybreak 2 is around the corner. I'm like, you know, fuck. So I don't know, man. I think Daybreak might be my. I might have to give it back to Daybreak. It is.
Okay, Blake, what's yours?
We got a super chat real quick from Cranberry with $10 super chat saying Q dropping bars. If you ask my parents their favorite game, then they're talking about Solitaire and Pac-Man. I wouldn't take them seriously as gamers. Hey man, what's wrong with Pac-Man? Pac-Man's peak.
Hey, Pac-Man is great,
or
but
fucking,
yeah, I agree.
it's like a fucking Pong, bro. 10 out of 10.
I get what he means, but
We have a second super chat from Ricardo with $2 super chat saying gotta go with Stellar Cakes, bro. Stellar Blade,
Stellar
really, really, really good.
I think Stellar Blade got snubbed for Game of the Year. It should have been on here. Like I
Oh,
would
it
take
should have been
out
on there.
Stellar Blade
Balatro.
should be on here.
Yeah, I think
No,
so.
absolutely, I agree. But it's just because, that game is incredibly crafted. Honestly, take out Elden Ring. If you want a Souls game, take out Elden Ring and put the Stellar Blade there.
Take
People beating off like Sparking Zero. What happened to that?
Oh, Sparking Zero is incredible.
Sparking Zero
that's
be
too
on here?
niche.
It's
for, like,
Dragon
Game
Ball,
of the Year
arguably the most popular anime of all time.
It fell
Oh, yeah,
off.
did
Yeah,
you-
and
And these are
games in general.
awards. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
No,
They
Sparking
don't
Zero was
get-
amazing.
Oh, wait,
It was
hold on.
amazing. That's
we
true.
can so we can put the most, we can put the cover boy of JRPG on here, but we can't put the
Yeah.
cover boy of anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, anime is way too big of a step. Reed.
Oh, do you
think
remember
Keith
that
watches
one
fucking
year?
anime?
You remember One Piece
Jeff
Odyssey was
Keighley at least
revealed
knows who
at
the
the
fuck
Game
Goku is.
Awards, and he literally couldn't pronounce Luffy's name correctly. This man is not
That's
watching.
Luffy. We're talking about Goku. Goddammit, Kamehameha.
You think Jeff Keighley knows what a Goku is?
Yes, yes. I
definitely
genuinely
does not
believe
watch
I
anime.
think he
at
might
least
know
knows what
Goku. Yeah, if he said he didn't
Come
know
on
Luffy,
now.
I could understand that.
Okay,
Like,
no
Goku-
of Goku, sure, but no who
Did they
Goku
nominate
is?
Dragon
No.
Ball Fighters for best fighting game the year was
Yeah,
out?
they did.
Is it in?
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, it
okay.
was.
I mean, Sparking
Hmm.
Zero's nominated for best fighting game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not gonna stand a chance against Tekken 8 though. Like, okay, whatever.
That's true.
So yeah, Stellar Blade kind of got snubbed in this in Game of the Year category, in my opinion. We got people also in the chat saying Persona 3 Reload, Shin Megami Tensei 5. We got Acebreaker saying Astrobot.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
All right, Mazio says Sparking Zero is barely a fighting game. I could not disagree more.
Oh no,
Mhm.
yeah, no. See,
The
I agree.
directionals and command inputs are.
It
It is a
dragon-
very in-depth fighting game.
It is a Dragon Ball simulator.
Again, like when we say fighting game, right? It's like it's a fighting game essentially. Like when you think of the genre of what this game is, it could be an easier to play fighting game, or it could not. It could be a very technical fighting game. In the same way, all the JRPGs on the list, there are different variations of what you'd consider to be really complex and thick and a proper, like like what we consider to be like a proper JRPG, and then you have some that are just like casual JRPGs that you can just get in, play a bit, has a few RPG mechanics in there, and you just log back out essentially. Doesn't make it any
I
less
agree,
of a
I
of
agree
RPG.
with you. I think the issue people have with Sparking Zero, for the most part, has to do with its balancing. Which, like I said, that's why I consider it
people
more
should
so
have
a
done that.
Dragon Ball simulator than a fighter. Because obviously, if we talk about fighters, no one's taking Dragon Ball Sparking Zero seriously because of the balancing. You can't fucking go in there with fucking Krillin and try and fight.
Right.
And
You say that, but Yajirobe is one of the best ranked characters.
He got
in the game.
nerfed.
yeah,
he got hella nerfed.
He got nerfed.
So that's not a thing anymore.
So, Blake,
So unfortunate.
what's your game of the year?
Hi. I'm going to keep my game of the year hidden, but out of the games on this list for game of the year, I would vote for Astrobot.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Well, Q, what's your game of the year, sir?
Okay, so mine is a bit complex.
FC25. Just say FC25.
I didn't actually play. I didn't play FC25 this year. Sorry, Hadley.
love you.
On from a complex list, this has been a complex year for me, and my choice is actually a complex choice. So, if you were to ask me, based on the podcast and everything, it's Sky. I enjoyed Sky this year. I just didn't get much time to play it, like headspace to play it, I should say, more than anything else. I will say there's been one game that has been mentioned a few times that I have played a bit of, because of the fact that, like me being the husband of Dream is kind of expected. I should try this game out, and that is Stellar Blade. And I did not pick up Stellar Blade day one. I didn't even think about picking it up because I thought it was going to be censored, because on the PlayStation it was censored. And then once I found out that the censorship was removed, I had to put my money where my mouth was, and I said, hey, I'll pick it up and I'll just have it. And I picked it up and I put it in my PlayStation for a little bit, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. For the time that I spent with Stellar Blade, it was a blast. And so for me, I would say the best game I've played this year, best new game, is Stellar Blade. I thought Stellar Blade was amazing. I don't see why it's not in this list. I even, like, for example, like them having that new DLC with Nier. If you want to give DLC of the year, I'll take that. I mean,
Okay.
I haven't played it, but it looks good. But yeah, generally, Stellar Blade was a great game. I think it's well balanced. The gameplay is great. The character design is amazing. Story seems pretty cool, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, Stellar Blade, game of the year, easy.
Okay. Husbando of Dreams needs to play, a little bit more Stellar Blade, if you ask me, but okay. Pelvic, what's your personal game of the year? I think she's not even here. You guys, your queen is not here.
I think she said that her game of the year was Thousand Year Door.
Can you not hear me?
Ick.
Oh, we can hear you now.
There she is.
We can hear
You
you
hear her
Oh.
now.
Oh, I was like, I'm here.
Okay.
My game of the year? That I played, or like what's nominated? Because if it's
No,
no.
what you played. Well, whatever game you played.
You played that came out this year. Yeah,
that came out this year. I think
Yeah,
it was
came
on
out this year.
Oh wait, Saga. Yeah, I really like Romancing Saga.
Now, come on, pal. It was Paper Mario. You told me it was Paper Mario. Come on.
Oh yeah, it was Paper Mario.
Yeah. Oh,
I just finished
Paper
Saga, so I had Saga on the
Got
brain.
her own game of the year.
I did. No, it is Paper Mario. I'd say Paper Mario. Saga's like right up there though. But yeah, it's Paper Mario, Saga, Persona 3, Reload.
Okay.
Those are like my top 3 of the year. All remakes. All remakes.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Super chat.
Got a super chat from JamCalX again. Thought I was super chat saying Metaphor ReFantazio gave me the nostalgia of feelings I had when I started playing RPGs in my early adolescence. It was a truly refreshing experience.
I would agree with that. Metaphor is a really good JRPG.
I can't wait to play it when the Super Edition comes out.
Same.
But Jam Calyx, thanks for the super chat. Really nice to see that Metaphor did that for you. We got some people on the panel who think Metaphor ain't shit really. So you know,
All right.
it is
It's
what it is.
average.
Oh man, average at best. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, I said it's good. I think it's a good game.
It's a
I just did
out
not-
of 10. What is it?
I don't rate games anymore. It's
Ah man,
a good game. That's
If
all
I had to
got.
give it a
It's-
numerical score, it'd be a 7.
yeesh. Oh my god.
You gotta watch out. You gotta, you know.
Is 7 not great anymore?
Hey,
Hey, man,
that's
standard's
good,
so
man.
Pretty
high.
sure isn't that what I gave 13 Sentinels and motherfuckers wanted to cut me off?
No, you gave it a
No, you
6,
gave it a
you
6.
motherfucker.
Oh.
Don't try to slide out of that
That's
one.
not anymore. That's still like a B minus. That's still passing.
Ain't no B
A
minus.
6 is not a B
See,
minus.
that's
How the
a
hell was
D.
your school?
That's a D.
What you
What are you
mean?
talking
D+.
What the
about?
hell is going on in Canada, Blake?
Insane.
That's crazy. We were just talking about how that studio's like a game from going under. I think they're fine.
Oh man. Okay, so my personal game of the year still stands as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Close second is Unicorn Overlord. I just want to reiterate again how much I love that game and that it made me feel like I was a kid again. Getting up at like 5 a.m. to play a game, I could not just wait to play that game and figure out other strategies and things I could do. So
feeling.
good. And then when you did, but I'll admit, when you got towards the end game there, you kind of start realizing that there was a lot of options that you had, and it's like you're really in no real danger if you just utilize everything at your disposal. So they kind of could have nerfed some things, like item usage would have probably been good. They probably should have nerfed it at like 10 items or something like that, a map or something, and I probably would have been good with that. But like I think we discussed on numerous podcasts, is that, you know, people think some things are hard while really hardcore gamers don't. So I guess they didn't want to restrict people that much. I don't know. But yeah, and Metaphor is third place for the most part. I do think it's a really good game. It takes some things from Shin Megami Tensei and Persona, copies them blatantly, you know, especially with Persona and Awakening sometimes, you know, with characters, but I think it's actually executed real well. I have to say with Metaphor, I didn't watch any trailers or see any like character trailers or anything like that. When some characters joined the party, I was genuinely shocked. I was like, really? He's joining?
I also
I was like,
had that
oh.
feeling.
Okay, interesting.
For a while, I actually thought it was just going to be 4 party members. So when the 5th one joined, I was like, oh, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I remember always seeing the protagonist, Hiltenberg, and Stroll. After that, I really didn't even know who else was going to join. Maybe Juna, but that's about it. That's pretty cool to be surprised for once. When it comes to party members. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Unicorn Overlord, and Metaphor, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is definitely taking that. But I will say for Rebirth, too much busy work, too many mini games, and sometimes I just had to take a break, and I was just like, I can't take this sometimes, but still really great. But damn, did they have to go so hard on the side activities?
Fucking take like Black Bond like basically the entire year to finish that game.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And I don't blame him at all, because that's just it was just too much sometimes. And it's like I look at the map and I'm like, I don't want to move on, but I also want to do everything in this region.
That scares me because I am that type of person to like want to do everything as well.
And I normally don't do that in any game I play, but this is Final Fantasy VII, so I have to. So it's like I kind of have to do it. So I have no choice. But yeah, that's our.
There's another game I'll be waiting for the Super Edition for.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know that's coming out probably like when the PC version comes
PlayStation
out.
6.
No, we'll see. And you have all 3 bundled together. Let's talk.
Wait.
about...
There's not a PC version yet?
No, not yet. It's probably going to come out next year. Probably.
Wait, are we talking about? Wait, which game are we talking about? Are we talking about Metaphor?
No, Rebirth.
No, 7.
Oh, Rebirth. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, more likely next year. Square Enix will finally learn their lesson about, not releasing games and having exclusivity to consoles. It's just not a good idea anymore.
I can't remember where it was, but I saw something on Twitter. It was like a graph of like the sales rates for their exclusive titles to PlayStation and like specifically the PlayStation ones. And yeah, they're not doing so good as PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I guess we can real quick go into that. I think Bao, you got a lot to say about this. So it seems that it was going around the timeline that Final Fantasy has fallen off a bit. When you got games like Metaphor and other RPGs coming out that are really good, and Final Fantasy just doesn't feel like where it was at the top of the pinnacle back in what PS2 days, maybe PS1 days and PS2 days. It's kind of fallen off, except for like Final Fantasy 14, and then you factor in, the hellish development that was Final Fantasy 15. Kind of you didn't get the return on investment with Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth and Final Fantasy 16. Can we say that Final Fantasy has fallen off?
So the one argument I've heard against this is that, well, the games still sell millions and are doing like really well. This is true, but they don't sell the way they used to, and as a company, that's a big no-no, especially a company with ridiculous sales expectations like Square. To the point where they put up that whole statement about like their change in philosophy going forward with the games. So, are the games like dead in fear of being dead? No, but being realistic, they're not doing as well as they used to or as the company wants. And I think there's a few reasons for that with Final Fantasy. First and foremost, the series does not have an identity. You could argue that's one of the series' strong points, but I think, think of it this way. We don't have any information about Dragon Quest XII, not a screenshot or anything, but me, you, everyone can still make an educated guess as to what the game will look like, how it'll play, etc., etc. Final Fantasy 17 could be a first-person shooter for all I know. I just have no freaking idea. And also, just the fact that the gameplay is always different, and you can't really build a loyal fan base on that because the game just kind of sells itself on its name now. Final Fantasy, this new generation doesn't care as much about that because they have other RPGs that are coming out, like Persona, who's arguably taking that top dog spot, and so on. And also the lack of multi-platform, the fact that they have to try and reinvent the wheel every time with graphics and new assets.
Don't reuse assets, yeah.
Like going back to like Falcom, that's one of the reasons they're able to still be afloat. Is that they reuse so many assets, so they're not breaking the bank with every release. And just in general, the Final Fantasy series isn't kind of really built to last in its current state. And also appealing to people that don't play RPGs, which I don't know how that's going to work out for you. The console market in Japan is dying, but to try and appeal to like Western audiences and those that don't even like your genre to begin with is a very, very, very risky
and
thing.
whatnot. Yeah.
So do with that information what you will. I understand that people disagree, but just from being a longtime Final Fantasy fan, it's kind of concerning.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I mean, Final Fantasy 16 at the end of the day was not for longtime fans. It was really for everybody and super casual gamers, and that's what they're always trying to target with each new Final Fantasy because their budgets are so big. They need to target everybody, not just hardcore, not just Final Fantasies fans, not just RPG fans. They got to target everybody, and maybe they actually do need to scale back their development on these games. That maybe not make them AAA, but maybe make them AA, or I don't know.
I think I mentioned this in the past, but when Yoshi P took over her FF14 because it was a failure, he was appalled that a random vase in a room had as many polygons as a character model in it. To just show you like the design philosophy of Square and how unsustainable it is.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with Final Fantasy. It used to be that go-to, but now it's just like I think 16 completely sealed the deal for me. I'm no longer all that hyped for Final Fantasy games. I mean, I will pay attention to them when they come out. I'll probably play it depending on how it looks, but yeah, they don't hype me up anymore. I rather hear about a new Disgaea, a new Fire Emblem. Anything else that isn't Final Fantasy is just not going to impress me anymore because they're just going to go. I highly doubt Final Fantasy 17 when it drops in like I don't know 6-8 years from now. It's probably going to be another action game. It's not going to be turn based. So, and that wouldn't be so bad if it actually had RPG elements and the RPG elements were prevalent. But 16 barely had those things, and they kind of didn't even matter. So, hell, it is what it is.
I think it's sort of like the way I look at it with Final Fantasy, at least, it's sort of like with YouTubers. Like you have some YouTubers, like let's say for example, like KSI started off like with FIFA content, and then he sort of switched to like reaction videos, and then did a bit of music, and then now he's boxing, and he has a company with Prime and a bit of everything. So it's sort of like I think with Final Fantasy, it's sort of like that. They have changed with the times, and despite the fact that it may not be like our Final Fantasy, like what we grew up with, I mean, the series survives. It survives, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the market is big enough to have space for it to be in that state and still be. Yeah, because like for me, I grew up loving Final Fantasy VII. It was great, my favorite Final Fantasy. But at the same time, I could live with Final Fantasy being what it is because there's a lot of other great JRPGs out there. So at the end of the, if it was the only JRPG, then I'd kind of be pissed. But it's not. So there's a bunch of other stuff like Metaphor came out. That's a proper JRPG, So at the end of the day, it's one of the JRPGs that is no longer like traditional JRPG style, but hey, it's still alive, it's still doing well. I'm happy for it. That's just about it.
All right. Any other thoughts on Final Fantasy as a series now?
As someone who's like just getting into it, or I shouldn't say just getting into it, but as someone who's just come into it, really, I guess probably over. When did I play my first Final Fantasy? What was my first Final Fantasy? I'm having a stroke over here. As someone who's gotten into Final Fantasy just over the last 5 years, that has all these games to play, I really liked it. I also really liked 16. And yeah, no, I'm still pressing on with the series. I'm still optimistic. I still am excited. Maybe it's because I'm a Sonic fan, and I'm used to Sega just putting Sonic through every experimental blender they fucking have, and that's basically what Square Enix is doing with mainline Final Fantasy. Maybe that's what this is. Yeah, no, I'm still excited for this future of the series.
Okay, fair enough. I don't blame anybody. They're still hyped for Final Fantasy. That's fine by me. All right. Let's move on to Dragon Quest 3. Dragon Quest 3 2D HD remake recently dropped a couple of weeks ago, I believe. I don't think we talked about it, but it's been a really good experience so far. Very old school RPG, is the grandfather of RPGs, and I'm enjoying it a little bit. But I will say for these 2D HD games, I'm getting a little bit disappointed because I feel like only the character models and enemies are like, in this pixelated look, HD look. Everything else is just standard graphics, in-game graphics. They're not pixelated at all. And I'm just thinking, maybe they should work on that, on having this pixelated yet sharp and crisp and high definition look. I think the sprites on the party members, they look good, but they're a little bit phoned in. Like in order to run, all you're really doing is speeding up the animations or speeding up the sprites. There's no like movement in them. I don't know what happened there. There was a camera angle that got hit when the game first was revealed, that looked like it was going third person, not third person, but not like that first person that Dragon Quest is known for. It just suddenly decided to say, no, we can't do all that for all the characters and all the demons and all the monsters. So, it is what it is. I will say, Dragon Quest 3, I don't think it was this special game that's just amazing. It's just one of the first really popular RPGs, and you can see it in so many mediums of where they're taking inspiration of what in traditional RPG is. Like recently you have Nikkei, and they have a game event that's heavily RPG based, and one of the characters is literally based off the magic user in Dragon Quest 3. So it's a very influential game. I haven't played all that much of it, but as soon as I'm done with Metaphor, then I'm gonna No Life Daybreak, and then I'm gonna come back to and play Dragon Quest 3 more. Definitely gonna finish it this time. Anybody else play Dragon Quest 3 HD remake?
I put about
Nah.
10, 15 hours into it. So it was that, like, what could I describe it as? I guess how FS7 is for us, that's what Dragon Quest 3 was in Japan. Like, so many kids skipped school that day to, like, play it, that they implemented that rule about not releasing on whatever day it is. So, like, it does have that icon status in Japan, and the sales show it. But it is literally an NES RPG, just with a couple bells and whistles. But it's one of the best of the NES RPGs, I'd say. I could say that's for better or worse, though. I could understand some people wanting more like character-driven RPGs, and when they try this, they're like, "Oh, this is fine, but it's kind of basic."
Yeah. Exactly.
So I say with Dragon Quest 3, you kind of gotta know what you're getting into. And to your point about the HD 2D games, I would say none of the other games have really touched what Octopath 1 and 2 have done in terms of like the graphical fidelity and making the best use of it,
Right.
which is a shame because that shouldn't be the entire point of, this art direction.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm enjoying the game. I don't know how I feel about them keeping the difficulty curve the same because it's kind of brutal after a point.
Yeah, I did hear that this game gets kind of ridiculous later on down the line. So, like, I don't know. I haven't played Dragon Quest 3. You would think I have, but I haven't. Like, do you switch up party members normally, or do you just like have what you have? Because like I don't even know like how like if I get a new party member, I have to level them up from 1. That's gonna be ridiculous.
Personally, I just stick with who I pick in the beginning, but it's
Yeah,
really up to the player.
That's what I'm saying. Like the people that you pick in the beginning, you're gonna have to stick with them. So I gotta make sure that this is the party that I want. But it's nice that they let you pick whoever you want and you can customize them. Just like with future Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest games. It did enjoy. I think it sold 3 million or 2 million recently. That was a sales number, I believe, that came out.
Yeah, which console games just don't do anymore in Japan, so that's a big deal.
Man. But hey, Bao, this is Dragon
Love to
Quest.
see it.
Is this the exception and not the rule?
I mean, in terms of like the sales,
Yeah.
definitely the exception. Japan adores Dragon Quest, like adores.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's a fucking darling over there in every way, shape, and form.
So yeah, it surpassed 2 million sales in a couple of weeks. So yeah, that's pretty good, and that's in Japan. That's only in Japan. Oh, nearly 1 million physical copies sold in Japan. So yeah, that's really good. Do we think? Did they say they were releasing 1 and 2 remakes next year?
Yeah, they're bundled together.
Okay, all right, okay, so that should be good. All right.
Honestly, I'm probably gonna skip those. Just being honest with
Really?
you.
Why?
Dragon Quest 1 is hella basic, and 2 is an improvement, but not much greater.
So wait a minute. Why was Dragon Quest 3 this whole big thing when you had 1 and 2? Like I guess
You gotta remember this. 3 was in the late 80s. Like it really was the start of, I guess we could consider the blueprint of RPGs.
Exactly, yeah.
And it just happened to take off.
Yeah. All right. So that is Dragon Quest. We got anything else we want to talk about?
I can't think of anything.
There was something I was gonna say for the Game Awards, I think. Oh no, I remember now. Since this is probably our last podcast of the year, what game or games are you most looking forward to for next year? I was gonna say.
Oh.
Ooh, I got one. Pick me. I got one. bro.
I think I already.
cannot.
Yeah, you're talking about Grand Theft Auto 6.
Guess.
Yeah.
Who?
Okay.
Wait, which game?
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh, I was not gonna say Grand Theft Auto 6, but now that you
Really?
mentioned Grand Theft Auto 6,
That's
I
coming
do
out next
agree.
year?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fall next year.
Oh wow.
That's gonna be crazy. But come on, Shadow, you know me. Come on, bro. Monster Hunter, bro. I'm so
Monster
excited.
Hunter, okay.
But yeah, GTA. Now you said GTA 6. Yeah, GTA 6, absolutely.
Yeah, pretty much GTA 6. I mean, like, as soon as that day
Bro.
is revealed, I'm literally calling my boss
It's
and
a
saying,
wrap.
like, yo, I'm taking off this
I'm
whole week.
I'm not coming to work, bro.
Like, it ain't happening. I don't care. I don't care what's happening with the market. I'm not gonna be in. Like, but I will say I'm looking forward to the Tales of Graces remaster. That should be interesting. I'm
Talking
actually
like that remake, remaster, whatever.
wait. What's wrong with Tales of Graces
Shadow.
remaster? What,
No, nothing. I like no. I love Tales of Graces up. Are you kidding me?
yeah, you did. I was wondering. I was like, what's going on there? Okay, so
No,
yeah,
no, we love it.
yeah. So Tales of Graces remaster. Atelier Yuma. Definitely looking forward to seeing what that does.
All right.
Expedition 33. Definitely.
Ooh,
Another
yep.
good one. Another
Yeah.
good one.
I feel like that's
I
a
have a
game
question,
that's going to
Shadow.
show Square Enix what it's like to do turn-based RPGs right. Go ahead.
I have a question. Would you be interested in the Atelier games if she didn't have thick ties?
If
That's a personal question.
Don't worry, Shadow. Let me answer this for you, Shadow.
Oh
let me
my
just as your attorney, I
As
don't
your
think
lawyer.
Shadow needs to answer. I don't think he needs to answer these sort of questions.
Okay.
Of course, the
I
answer
see.
is yes, but as his attorney, I don't
I
think he should be
see.
answering these
I
questions.
see. All right. Thank you.
I will say if it wasn't for Ryza, I wouldn't be interested in any Atelier game at this particular point. So
You're incriminating yourself. You see, you're incriminating yourself. I try to save you there.
Oh yeah.
So what else is everybody else looking forward to next year?
So real quick, you mentioned Tales of Graces F. I wanted to mention the Tales of Rebirth. The English fan translation is dropping this month. First time it'll be playable in English. It used to be the darkest Tales game, probably the hardest Tales game still. It's definitely worth checking out.
Is that by the same team that did Destiny?
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to be good. Okay, good. Awesome.
For me,
Also, go ahead, Q.
oh yeah, so for me, it's a mix up. I don't think anyone has what I have for this year, but this coming year. But for me, it's Inazuma 11 Victory Road, which keeps being
Really?
shifted with its release date. Like they keep saying, oh, it's gonna come out and it doesn't come out. I played the demo. I liked the demo. I like it's a mix of RPG and football, which I like both things. So it's a nice mix for me with regards to that. And then I think second most anticipated game for me next year is probably gonna be Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I think I'm probably gonna be very much into playing that next year whenever it comes out. But yeah, I think those are my two most anticipated games, upcoming games anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, we're also forgetting next year we should be getting a new Pokemon game.
Oh, right.
right.
Isn't that ANZ coming
this
out
year.
next year?
Legends is going to be next year.
Now, do we think that
Oh.
game A is going to launch with the Switch 2 and B actually not be a terrible technical mess?
So
I think it will be cross-gen, personally.
Yeah.
it's going to be cross-gen, and but that last part, yeah, it's there's been some there. Remember the giant Game Freak leak?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
right.
it's playable out there, and the performance is on par with Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Bro. Why?
I got time to optimize, but it's the Pokemon company, so it's a matter of will they bother to use that time.
They won't. They get enough money as it is, doing bare minimum. They're not even gonna bother to try, And as we all know, a certain person on this podcast will not be playing it on Switch. On Switch 2. They'll be playing on their Steam Deck 2 or on their PC in 4K HD. I'm not gonna mention their name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. So yeah.
Listen, I just want to say, everybody be careful about how they talk about Nintendo stuff. Nintendo be wilding out here with their shit. I'm definitely not mentioning. If I mention a Steam Deck or do a Steam Deck review, I ain't mentioning no Nintendo games. All right, Nintendo be out here. All right, I'm just gonna say that.
They're wild. That's it. That's it.
That boy is
Nintendo's
afraid.
Hey man, I like my money. Nintendo, keep your hands out of my pockets. Riku, what are you looking forward to?
The answer. You literally know the answer.
Yeah, we don't even.
Just go ahead and skip me, okay?
Yeah,
Just go ahead. Y'all know what the fuck. Y'all know what on, okay?
There are
Because y'all
literally
already
two
know.
games. 2 games. Come on now.
You already know. Come on now. One plus
Yeah,
one is 2, baby.
That's
Next.
true. I can answer it for him. You want me to answer it for him?
Go ahead.
I'll answer it. It's Daybreak 2 and then was it Trails in the Sky the first?
Damn straight.
Yeah,
Damn straight.
I'm sorry I
Yeah.
asked. I apologize, Riku. I wasn't familiar with the game, even though I should have been.
I was gonna say by this point.
Sky actually looks really beautiful. Like Daybreak, I have no care for right now because I'm just not there yet. I'm sure it's gonna be great when I do get there, but yeah, Sky the first actually looks great, and I still think about how it was thrown in a sizzle reel. That was so crazy.
So Hollow Man said, like a dragon, Yakuza, pirates in Hawaii. Is that is that an RPG or is that like is that a brawler action game?
It's a traditional Yakuza.
Okay, so it's not really.
But yeah,
And there's still
so,
RPGs.
I mean, there's still RPGs.
They are RPGs. That's what I was about to say. Yakuza games are RPGs. Don't let anyone tell you different. They're brilliant. So, yeah, great games. Great games. Has everyone said their game that they're looking forward to already?
I
think so.
haven't yet.
Oh, go ahead, Bob.
So my most anticipated game is actually GTA 6.
Let's go.
Super hyped for that. Also looking forward to Monster Hunter, this indie RPG called Demon School that's heavily SMT inspired. That was supposed to come out this year, but got delayed.
I'm sorry, I played that demo and I was just like, I can't do this. Yeah.
Really? I thought the demo was amazing.
Yeah.
Very unique battle system. If anyone hasn't played the
You know.
demo, I suggest it.
The demo for what? Sorry, say that again.
It's called Demon School.
Demon School. Google that.
Yeah, it's an
Let's see.
RPG.
Yeah, it's
School
on,
full of demons.
it's on Steam. You could easily download it and put it on your Steam Deck. It's a game. It's a game. Maybe I should have gave it more time. I don't know. I just couldn't.
Yeah, also looking forward to Grace's F. Trying to play that multiplayer. Hopefully it'll work with schedules.
Who are you playing with?
Blake,
Yes,
Triple S, and I don't think we have a fourth locked in yet.
So y'all just gonna play that like y'all just gonna all the time. So anytime you play that game, Bao, you're gonna be playing with the boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking. That's interesting.
Huh? What is there a problem? Do you want to be the fourth? We can get you in there.
No, I was just
Are you like that?
actually, you know what? Yeah, I actually wanna
Can you
experience
fit
that.
him in? You know what I'm saying?
Who wants to experience multiplayer trails?
Yeah, I want to experience that. Put me down for at least one session.
All right, chat, you heard it here. Oh, except for one session, he's bowing out after
Yo.
playing the game. So
Yo.
it's fine. It'll be my first time playing it, so I'm excited.
Well, you can't even do it until he gets past like what a couple of chapters, so you get a full party, so everybody can play.
I mean, you can still start off with 2 people and then proceed, because after the childhood arc, you start with Asbel, then you get Sharia first. No, Sophie first,
Oh,
and
yeah,
Sharia.
Oh, Sophie. Okay.
And
All right,
what's
all right,
Hubert
no, you're
the
right,
fourth?
you're
I
right.
can't remember.
Shadow, we'll call you when we're ready for you.
Yeah, exactly. Call me when you're ready.
If anything, I might actually let Blake and Triple S control it at first, since they're playing for the first time. We'll have like 2 people starting out, but we'll see.
Does that mean I have to pay for the? I'll get Triple S to pay for it. I ain't paying for that.
We'll
So it's got online multiplayer and everything. Proper in
No,
there.
it's local multiplayer, but Parsec exists.
I'm flying over. Oh yeah, that too.
Oh, how does that work
Crazy.
exactly?
Any local multiplayer game you can play with friends online, like it was an online game with Parsec.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it just
you play, like,
streams
fighting
your
games and
inputs to
stuff
their
all the
PC.
time.
Yeah.
Q, I thought you were a PC guy.
I am a PC guy, but like
How the
I
fuck do you not know this?
don't play a lot of multiplayer unless it's like I literally the only multiplayer I play really is like when I hop on with my brothers and we play something, or whenever I hop into Among Us with Pella and those guys, and which is very rare, but that's about it. I don't really play
I can't remember
multiplayer.
last time we
Well,
played
a
Among Us.
strategy game?
Hmm.
Demon School strategy game. I just looked at the trailer and it looks like
Yeah.
a grid-based. I see.
When I looked it up, I realized it's already in my watch list, so I've seen it already.
Pevik was
Alright.
like, strategy game? Nah, we don't mix oil and water.
Yeah.
We don't do that here.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you know what's something I'm looking forward to next year? I just realized it. That Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection. Oh my god. Classic. Absolutely. When that comes out, that's gonna be brilliant.
I am impressed with how many games they put in that.
How many games are
Exactly.
It's like a couple dozen, if memory serves.
in there? Damn, really?
It is.
Shit.
I'm just looking forward to going and replaying was it how do you say that name?
Rechef of Destruction.
Rechef of Destruction and the other one. Secret Cards. Is it Secret Cards the other one?
I think so. Is that the one that recaps the Battle City arc?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have your own character and you get all the god cards and everything. Oh, brilliant.
I loved playing that game back in the day. That was really fun. It was great to relive the Battle City. I think it was as it was going on, and we were just playing it. It was, I played that game a lot.
I actually just got my kids into Yu-Gi-Oh! And they are loving it, So I'm just saying, like, hopefully they get to that point by the time the game comes on, and they'll play and they'll love it as much as I did. So it'll be cool.
Okay. Anybody else anticipated games? No, Gucci.
Oath of Felghana remaster comes out next year.
Next
Is there
year.
anything that's not a Falcon game, Riku?
I know, right? Anything that's not Falcon. Jesus Christ, that's a given with you.
I have it on good authority that we will be getting a new SRW game next year.
Oh, really?
Would like to hope.
I pray.
We'll
I
see.
pray. It's been fucking like almost 5 years since the last one. This is the longest gap.
Was it
It's like
last
dad
one
not
30?
coming home. Yeah. It's like dad's actually not coming home now. Like I don't know what to do.
What I think SRW is mostly a lot of collaborations going on in there, or is it just like cameos?
So the
from
game
other
we
SRW?
want is actually original characters only. Like we're trying to get this final game in that series. But usually, yes, it is crossover.
So what crossovers do you guys want to see in that?
Gundam with
Dynazenon
Shuri.
probably at this point. Yeah.
Dynazenon. I want to see Zoids, but been asking for
Bob.
that for.
I think you retweeted some Gundam anime thing going on.
Oh, G-Quacks.
New Gundam show announced.
Yo, they look like
G-Quacks.
Pokemon characters. Those characters. They
It's
look
the
like,
same
It's the Sun and
artist.
Moon. It's the Sun and Moon
It's
artist.
hilarious.
oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, now it all makes sense.
Fucking insane. Get these in. Who brought
It's
these motherfuckers in the
UCB.
kitchen?
It's UC, baby.
Get the fuck out that kitchen.
Riku is not happy about this, as you can tell.
Grandpa Gundam over there is really upset.
Back in my day.
Lord,
What is it called? Gundam Q?
You're not gonna be able to spell it. It's G-Quacks, but like it's got like
It's like
3
6
U's, like
U's.
4 U's, something like that. Just type in New Gundam show, you'll see it.
I will not be helping you look this up. I'm sorry. I do not.
All I see is a Gundam. I don't see like an actual like the characters. All I see is the robot.
It comes up as for me
Did
when
you
I say
type in
Gundam
characters?
show,
No, I just typed in Gundam.
Type in characters.
when you type in New Gundam, what comes up for me is Requiem of Vengeance.
Oh, that's that.
That also came out, that Netflix show. Riku hated it, which means I'll probably like it.
The characters definitely look different than Iron-Blooded Orphans. Okay.
Iron-Blooded Orphans characters were very different as well.
They were
Compared to what
perfect. It's literally the only fucking Gundam
Just
that
say
matters.
it. Just say it.
Jesus.
I don't
They
care.
all Rufus Alvarez, calm down.
The
They're
show
all.
with topless men is the one.
It's the best. It's the best.
Of course.
And it's
Gundam
also
that matters.
the K-Age watch too, Bao. You know, it's a little suspicious.
You would assume the Gundam show that has basically, or arguably, the most pretty boys, Gundam 00, would be one that Lady Pelvic.
I told her to watch Double. She wasn't interested.
Lame. I don't even remember. Let me look at it. Gundam. What'd you say? 00 Gun.
Yeah, 00.
Type 00.
Oh,
I
okay.
never. I didn't know people call it 00. I always called it Gundam 00. You know, that's how I've always
Yeah,
known it.
see, this is
I think
called the
Blake was
double
saying
O. What?
This is a person that doesn't talk to Gundam people, right here.
Okay.
Let's look. Yeah, I'm not impressed. I'm
I'm trying to
sorry.
think of other games that are unannounced next year. I mean, we've got the whole next Switch coming out next year, so in theory, there's a bunch of unannounced games we don't know about. Xenoblade X is coming out. Really stoked to replay that.
Oh right, yeah,
Uh,
There you go. Again,
All
that's,
right.
that's a non-Falcom game that I'm looking forward to. There you go, right there. Xenoblade X.
Riku, I swear, listen, for Persona and SMT it was one thing, but if you fucking flake out on Xenoblade X, I will hang your nutsack above my fireplace.
Jesus.
I have not.
Right.
Outside of the Xenoblade DLC, I have not flaked out on a Xenoblade release thus far.
That is wild that people have been sleeping on that DLC. Like, how have y'all avoided spoilers?
I don't know,
That's-
but I'm
that
still
is actually
unspoiled. Don't
wild.
ruin it for me. Don't.
You're
ruin
still unspoiled. You haven't what?
Listen,
I'm still
I'm,
unspoiled as well.
I'm playing a lot of games right now. Okay.
she-
It's 15. It's 15
I
hours.
think I told you, Blake. She messaged me asking who A was. It's like, did you really never see A? How are you not spoiled on this?
Shut
I
the
don't
pod,
even
bro.
remember.
End the pod. End the pod.
Oh wait a minute, pal. You didn't play the Xenoblade 3 DLC?
Oh,
No.
It's
Me
like the
neither.
best
Fake
thing
ass
ever.
man.
man,
Bro.
I'm telling
I
you.
haven't even played Torna yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting
What?
there.
Huh?
Wow.
Well,
I have at
Blake
least
is really
played Torna.
short.
Hey,
I haven't played Torna. I have Torna still wrapped. You know, physical
Jeez.
wrapped. Yeah,
Jesus,
I
she
still
just-
have it.
This
I
one
won't-
is it even worth it?
My God. Okay,
Listen, I didn't like Xenoblade 2, but everyone was like, Torna's so much better. I'm like,
is.
okay.
You
It's
didn't
better.
like
It's so
Xenoblade
much
2?
better.
I swear to
I
God,
did not
th-
like-
there's some
didn't care.
revisionist history going on with Xenoblade 2.
Nah, you're wild. Okay, no. Xenoblade 1, I was always there for. Xenoblade 1 for life, all day, every day. It's literally top tier. Xenoblade 2,
She has her YouTube video on it, so
yeah,
Oh,
fake
okay.
fan.
It's free.
Alright, whatever.
And then I played Xenoblade 3. I like 3, and you're the one who's like, I didn't like 3. It's pretty
yeah,
boring.
you're
No,
the
I
one.
don't.
knows
Yeah, I'll
you're
stand by
the-
that. I'll stand by that.
Yeah,
He-
well,
he's
I'm
He's
saying,
a
but I don't like
Star
2.
kind of guy and a Soul Hackers kind of guy.
Good game, but I personally don't like it. I'm just gonna say that.
You're taking Xenoblade 2 over Xenoblade 3.
Yes,
Nah,
Interesting.
couldn't be me.
100%.
I could understand taking the designs of Xenoblade 2 over Xenoblade 3, but Xenoblade 2 as a whole over Xenoblade 3 as a
The
whole.
only
no.
thing I wouldn't take over is the gotcha blade summoning system. That's the only thing. Everything else, maybe the DL. If we're talking DLCs, definitely taking Xenoblade
Character-
3's
And
DLCs.
the characters are taking the.
Yep, 100%.
He likes Ryza. He likes Pyra. He likes
100%.
bro.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's
bread.
true. They
We-
carried that game for him. I forgot.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not even it, but whatever.
Right. Sure.
Yeah, because Noah is such a great and complex character. Oh, freaking
Who is? Oh,
Noah.
Noah. Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah,
never.
he's such
Oh,
a
I'm not
great
beating up
complex
Noah.
character. Oh,
No,
man.
Noah's great. I like
Oh my
Noah.
God.
I like
Oh,
Noah.
Yeah,
I
sure.
would say
N
N, bro.
Noah was fine.
is the
Yeah.
complex
Yeah.
character,
Yeah, I'd say N is definitely more complex, but I still like
which you could say
Noah.
contributes to Noah, but
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Dare
Sure.
you?
Cool
This is
story.
haterade.
Cool story.
What's
I just wanna
Brett?
say,
This guy's a little
you know,
brat,
you know,
dude. A
You know,
little brat.
Shulk had abs,
He's not a
bro.
brat, but
And Noah has abs, bro. Rex did not have abs.
Good game.
Just saying.
yeah, but you know
I
what?
don't like it.
What really sucks?
Shulk
You
get
wanna know
abs.
what really sucks? Is Rex truly won, and I hate that. I hate that fact.
Bro, honestly, I wouldn't even lie
literally-
to you, bro. I fucking switched up in real time. I said, that's my nigga Rex. I love that guy, bro. We
No,
can go
no,
with
I
it.
you know what's crazy about that
Literally,
statement?
you
She
know
doesn't know
Nick's-
how much that's true because she hasn't played the DLC.
What?
You have no
Well,
idea.
apparently she knows because
think
she's
you
saying
know, but
Rex
you don't.
won. She knows what happened.
Unless
She
you
has
watch
to
the
know.
That's all
Dashi
I
video.
know. As
or
I
the
said,
Donkey video.
I beat Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and that moment, y'all know the one, overshadowed anything of importance. That was
That's
the
true.
ending of Xeno. Like
But
once you
trust
saw
me,
that,
the DLC goes crazier.
sir, just sir,
Yeah, you should play the DLC.
Wendy's drive-through. Just leave me alone.
Hey, we all got crazy moments. You should play the DLC. I should probably
Like
respect
Rex?
3 more, but no, I don't. So
Well, I don't respect Rex. Okay, I can't. I'm so mad. I'm so the ending of The only thing you're right about, Shadow, is the ending of Xenoblade 3. Just fucking for one reason.
Yeah, remember that time Donkey just was like, guys, what is this? And just put that shit on Twitter. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I had finished the game, bro. I would have been livid.
all right.
Worst part is people defended that.
What people defended that post?
Yeah.
Why would they? That's horrible.
People
Donkey's
defend
fans
anything.
hate RPGs and they defend
Like, I understand he doesn't like RPGs, but part of me thinks it's like for the bit now. I'm sure he actually doesn't like RPGs, but I feel like he just like pushes it because.
Yeah, wait, how did he get all the way to the end of Xenoblade 3 if he hates RPGs? It's like Scott the Was.
Posted the screenshot.
What?
Think about it. I'm sure he has people in his ear who are like, yo, you want to just piss people off? Show him
Bro,
this.
I hope Animal Well gets no awards. Fuck it.
Lord.
Think what?
The donkey game that came out this year, Animal Well.
All right.
I heard good things about that.
And again, let me be clear. I personally dislike Xenoblade 3, but I do think it's a good game. All right, so don't go around and say, "Oh,
you said you're using numbers, right?
All right.
You said get Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. You put a number to it.
Ooh.
10 to 1. 2 gets an 8. 3 gets an 8.
Okay. I mean, I disagree, but I mean, it's not as bad
Wait,
as
what did 1 get?
10.
You said 1 got to 10.
2 gets an 8 and 3 gets an 8.
Yes.
He's saying 2 and 3 are on the same.
And now where does X fall in?
Oh,
Is Lord?
Shit, maybe 7, 8.
Jeez.
7. Interesting.
The game that forced him to explore. It's crazy.
You're never letting him down for that, huh?
It's wild to me how he wanted to blitz the story, which is very non-existent in X, and didn't want to explore.
I didn't want to blitz the story. I wanted to continue it at my leisure. Don't lock me into doing miscellaneous things so I can progress. That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
You see, it's miscellaneous things you say, but it's literally just walk over here. That's literally all they wanted you to do.
Talk to this person.
Definitely wasn't that simple, but okay, cool. I think you had to collect materials too, but whatever. We'll see with X, I guess. But the mecha combat was pretty fun. Yeah.
Here's a question for everyone before we go. Is there a developer that we think we're not going to see anymore? You know, within the next, at least within the next year, do you think we'll just die? Like they'll just put out
apparently Vanillaware if they're paying out of their pocket.
Vanillaware. I don't know.
I don't think NIS will go away, but didn't they say Disgaea was on the verge of discontinuing? Yeah, it was on the verge of ballooning and dying.
Their mobile game almost bankrupted them, and then we got 6 and then 7. So who knows how they're doing now?
Yeah, because
what about Ubisoft?
7 was that last year? 7 came out.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Are we getting 7 complete next year, or are they going to move on to 8?
They should move on to 8, but I don't even know if I care because I just I want to know this guy game, but they got to do it right because this is just getting.
I was like, I feel like at this point, Shadow, I feel like Disgaea has got you by the balls. I don't think you're ever missing a release.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm always going to be there. It needs to go back to 2D, but it is what it is. I don't think there's any other companies that we're not going to ever see. I can't think of it.
Hollow Man said Platinum Games, sir.
Platinum, really? No, I'm thinking Ubisoft, if anyone. Didn't they have a few stinkers this year?
Yeah.
Wasn't Ubisoft wanting to be bought out by Tencent or something like that?
No, they wanted to buy out Tencent, I think.
Oh, they wanted to buy out Tencent. They can't afford that.
Does anybody want to make a bet that we will not see Lost Soul Aside next year?
Oh, is that still not out?
Yeah.
That never came out?
That never came out.
Lost Soul Aside.
The Sosuke game. That's what I call it.
Oh, this is the Sosuke game. 2 months ago, we had a full gameplay.
We did?
4K.
How do you remember the name of that?
Because I'm still keeping track of it. That's why.
Remember, he does this. Like when he keeps track of something, he will not let it go. You remember how long he was drilling? What's it called? It came out earlier at the beginning of this year. Grand Blue.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But he was on Grand Blue's ass until it came out, and then as soon as Grand Blue came out, okay, it's out. Next, I'm like, Lord, never heard about Grand Blue again. I barely remembered the name.
Did you play it, Shadow? Did you play Grand Blue?
I played it for a little bit. I don't think I finished that.
Huh? What do you mean you played it for a little bit? You've been bitching about that for like 5 years.
So what? I've been bitching about it for it to come out. It's not like I was going crazy for already Grand Blue in my life.
If I bitch about something coming out, I'm playing the shit out of it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god. You know what it is? I do a video all the time about the upcoming RPGs that come out. So it's kind of like I've always had that game on my list for so long, and I'm just like, could this game come out already? It wasn't like I was anticipating the crap out of it. I don't care that much for Grand Blue.
No, you were anticipating the crap out of it. That's like saying, man, I want to get in that girl so bad, and then you finally get in and you put in the tip. He raises the tip, and he's like, yeah, I'm good. Like, huh?
Nah,
you better fuck this shit out of here.
Definitely not. I was just waiting for it to come out. That's all. It's just like Lost Soul Aside. That doesn't mean I want to go crazy about Lost Soul Aside. I'm just like,
here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right?
Oh my god.
We were all here.
Oh
we all heard you. We have past episodes to showcase how horny you were for Grand Blue.
No, I wasn't.
You was hype. You was hype. Anytime we go. All right, man. We got the proof.
Oh my god. All right. Anyway, oh yeah, Blake. Do you want to take that bet for the Game Awards?
Game Awards. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, what was the bet again?
It was like I bet I'll go as high as $30.
$30.
And I'm gonna put down Metaphor winning.
Metaphor winning Game of the Year?
Game of the
I'll
year.
take that.
Or RPG?
Game of the year.
Game of the Year? I'll take that. I'll take it. $30?
One person, only one person.
All right, Shadow. Virtual shake. I'll do a handshake emoji.
All right, I truly believe that this is going to be the year that throws everybody off completely.
Honestly, because we just bet, it is going to be Metaphor now. Every single bet I made with Shadow fucking turns around. I think I lost the Dragon Ball Kakarot bet by like one review on Metacritic. I'm so fucking tilted about that.
Hey man, easy redemption.
Went from a
here.
75 to a 74.
Technically, he was also on the side against Sonic Frontiers getting over a 75 on Metacritic as well.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. Now that I've fucking, you heard it here first, chat. Now that I've bet Metaphor will not win Game of the Year, Jeff Keighley's gonna be like, it's going to Elden Ring, JK, Metaphor Fantasy, woo!
I just think we're gonna be thrown for a swerve, and it's gonna happen. Even though I kind of maybe don't really think that's gonna happen, it's just gonna be so sweet if it does. So I'll put money on it just to get that extra hype if it happens.
Actually, we should go. You go $50. Yeah, you said 30 is as high as you'll go.
No, we're not going.
I don't know. You just got a 50 from Cranberry, so.
Nah.
When you just got it, let YouTube give it to him first. Goddamn.
Listen, Blake. I'm
all right, $30. $30.
I'm practically giving you free money, Blake. I just want that extra hype just to feel good if it happens.
That's true. I'm gonna have to relocate if it fucking wins Game of the Year. I'm just leaving the internet.
It's literally like running into a shiny. I know it's not gonna happen, but you know what? It's gonna be so sweet if I do run into that shiny. So yeah, you know what? You just got free money there, in my opinion.
Let's go.
Is that it? That's all?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Alrighty,
let's go to outros. Go ahead, Blake.
All right, Chad, it has been that time. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Y'all can find me in the usual places over on my Twitch. My Twitch has been very stagnant recently just because ever since November started, I do work retail. I am the manager of a GameStop, and it is batshit crazy this time of year. It's the gift-giving season, so streams have been a little inconsistent, but I hope to be streaming a lot more in the new year, and including in the new year. I'll just announce this here. The first game that I plan to stream in the new year is Shin Megami Tensei 4, so I'll be streaming that. If that is interesting to you, find me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/WesttownHD. That will be interesting. And yeah, Merry Christmas to y'all. Thank you for a great year, and we'll see you in the new year.
Hold on, Blake. About that.
Hi.
About the bet.
Hi.
Anyway,
Yeah.
About the bet. Yeah. Who are you picking to win Game of the Year?
Who am I picking to win Game of the Year?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You gotta pick the that, and that game should win.
I don't think they're ballsy enough to give it to Elden Ring. I think they're doing it to throw people off, but I don't think FF7 has a chance. Monkey Game will not win. I'm between Astro and Elden Ring.
Yeah, pick one of them.
Fuck it. I'll bet Astrobot because that means that it won't win and Ace will be upset, and that's all that will make me happy.
Jeez.
All right, so hold on. Let's reiterate the bet. The bet is you betting Astrobot to win. Astrobot wins, you win the bet. If Metaphor wins, I win the bet. If none of them wins, the bet is off.
Huh? You just took $30 from me. What? All of a sudden, that just means I don't get money.
You should pick the one that's more than likely gonna win. Then I'm just telling you that right now.
I thought Blake's bet was that Metaphor just wasn't going to win.
That was the bet.
And that he didn't have to actually choose something.
He changed it on the fly.
He's just choosing that Metaphor isn't.
Do you hear his fingers clapping? He's Mr. Krabs.
I think
That's what I thought this bet was. And apparently that's what he thought this bet was too. You're the only nigga here that thought it was differently, Shadow. So you need to clear some things up.
He pulled me aside and said,
I'm doing it right now. I'm clearing this up right now. So Blake, if you want to pick the surefire game to win, you should probably pick that game. Because there's a good chance Metaphor is not winning.
Weird.
Yeah, but what game is the surefire win? I don't know what the surefire win game is.
He's not.
Fantasy.
He's saying, wait.
Final Fantasy?
What even is this bet?
Yes.
So wait, is
originally
the bet?
I just bet that Metaphor wouldn't win, and Shadow said it would.
That's what I thought this bet was.
Wants me to pick a game, so he doesn't have to give me money.
Crazy.
Hey,
Shadow, what is this?
I'm clarifying the bet right now because I want to make sure we're all clear. All right.
Apparently we're not, but yeah, we're clearing it up right now.
So yeah, Blake, pick the game that you think. So it's not going to be Metaphor, so pick the game that's the most popular. I would assume.
I will pick. Sure, I'll vote for Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring will win.
Really? Okay.
Because it's too easy. But it could also be Astrobot. If it's either of those two. Yeah, either of those two. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We cleared it up, Riku. Okay. All right. Relax. All right. Damn.
He kind of shoved me into a corner and like put me in a headlock and said this is how it's gonna go. But all right.
Insane. Don't let him bully you
You don't hear Q changing the way the bets go, but all right.
The bet didn't even start, so all right. Anyway, all right. Outros. Go ahead, Riku.
Riku-san won the only one. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We are wrapping it up. People said that I take too long to get through things, so we're here. Bye.
That was too
you
short.
Can't just make your outro too short when it's your points that take too long.
Yeah, there you go.
My point is my outro is out here.
That's not a point.
That's the point I'm making. That I'm going to make everything short.
Q?
Next.
It is I, your husband of dreams. It's been a year. We are here. We're gonna be here for the waifus next year. I'm sure they're gonna be some great ones. I'm looking forward to. And I'm sure you guys are gonna be looking forward to and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, it's it's always nice to come on and have a chat and talk about some good games and chill like that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bow.
Thank you all for coming out. Not just this episode, but every episode throughout the year. Here's hoping you stick around for next year. Enjoy the rest of your years. Try not to get too angry at Jeff Keighley, and we'll see you later.
Why are you defending Keighley? Get angry at him.
I'm not defending him. I'm just saying he's probably just a puppet on strings, and he probably doesn't deserve all the hate he gets.
Nah, he deserves it. Puppets deserve hate.
Careful. You could end up like that one CEO that got
Really?
Lord.
What?
I'm just saying. Just be careful. All right. Just be careful how much you direct at one person.
I don't think gaming is that serious yet.
What if Bellatrix wins and then you got that hitman going for Jeff Keighley?
Broad light downtown
No
New York.
comments.
Yeah, I might want to hire that man for future Agent 47 activity.
That's crazy.
Riku? Oh no, we already did Riku. Blake, did
Lord?
Yes, you did me. I did mine, and then you said, "Okay, Blake, here's how it's gonna go."
Okay.
Gun to head.
He tried to fucking pin you in the corner and shit.
Pelvic, go ahead. I don't think she's here. All right.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Why is this delay?
She needs to.
Why
she
is
needs
there
to
delay?
mute her
What's
mic.
going on? Do you have to find your mic to unmute
She
it?
needs
Like,
to
what's
unmute her
going on?
mic.
Okay.
What?
my
I'm
bad.
here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm confused. What?
I don't know.
What
You called
just
me a brat
happened?
earlier. You kind of getting on my. Yeah, go ahead. Just go.
Dog, what just happened?
Go ahead.
Oh my god. Yo, it's your girl, Lady
Always
Pelvic.
feisty.
Pelvic Gaming being interrupted by Shadow. I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. Don't drink and drive. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, play. Looking forward to some good games next year. And I will. We're not doing a podcast for the Game Awards, right? So this is the last one of the year. This is it.
I think it's safe to
huge
say.
possibility. Huge
Okay, well, if
unless
it
some
is,
crazy
Lock it in.
announcements happen at the Game Awards, it's a huge. Yeah, good chance. This is the last time.
okay. Well, if it's the last time we talk on this podcast, have a happy new year. If not, then I'll say the same shit the next time before the new year ends. Okay, bye.
Alrighty, guys. That's all for now. We'll catch you guys on the next podcast. Peace.
Deuces, people.
Later.